I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Well, good morning, party people. I mean, I know Willie's a party person, Bachman's a party person. I'm Chris. I don't know if I'm a party person, but it's the weekend, so we need to party, right? We'll party for episode 502 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, recorded live on Sunday, October 9th, 2022.
Damn, the quick and dirty intro. I like it.
Yeah,
Feel filthy, and I love it.
Party on, Chris.
You know,
Willie
like
loves
the other,
it. I've probably made a mistake.
You know,
It's
kind of
true.
like that other movie that a trailer came out this week, but it's the other one. You was remember when Dennis Hopper was like, "It's all clean and dirty at the same time."
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember
What?
Dennis Hopper saying that?
What trailer is
What
this?
trailer is this?
I'm talking about the original Super Mario Brothers movie.
Ah.
Yeah, remember he gets like he's cleans, he like put his hands in mud. He's like, "It's
A
clean,
bunch
it's
of
dirty." all
bunch
the
of
same
Koopas, bunch of Koopa stomping.
Yeah, and let's not forget one of the most, he has an actor who had one of the most racist caricatures in a movie. Not in the Super Mario Brothers, but in a different movie. Fisher Stevens.
Ooh,
the-
Short
as-
Circuit.
Yeah, Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2.
Yeah, where he was supposedly Indian. For
Yeah,
those
he-
watching at home, I touched my forehead because dots, not feathers.
Okay.
It's a Goodwill Hunting reference.
It's a bendy. And I learned that from Pete Holmes.
Yeah, we didn't have it in our
Surprisingly.
news, but we can talk about it, of course. That Mario trailer, I think there's a whole lot of internet outcry for no reason. It looks fine.
Yeah,
And
it looks like a funny kids movie, and isn't. I thought the best joke I saw about it was once again a king taking his people to fight an outrageous, violent army because Carrie Payton is the king of the penguins, the guy who was the king of the kingdom in The Walking Dead. He's the voice of the little penguin king.
Isn't he the voice of Cyborg in Teen Titans also?
Maybe that dude does a lot of work.
Yeah, he
He's
does
got
a
a
lot
great
of
voice.
I mean, I
Oh.
saw the trailer. I saw it when it was announced. I then saw Twitter proceed to have a meltdown, and I went, oh, it can't be that bad. I then forgot about it for 6 hours until I was upstairs and went, oh, I should check out that trailer. And I watched
What's
it, and
the-
it was fine.
What's the outcry for it? I don't get it. Looks
Chris
fine
Pratt's
to me.
Mario accent. Why did they use Chris Pratt? Blah, blah, blah. Why is his voice
just-
basically Star-Lord?
Oh, we mean it's just Chris Pratt. He's doing his own
Yeah.
voice. That's it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
People
whatever. I didn't expect him.
were having a good gag out of, hey, let's go check out the Italian dub version of the Mario trailer and having fun with that, because they put out a whole different bunch of different dubs of it. And then there
How
was
come I
another
didn't
guy
think
that's
of
like,
that?
hey, I'm going to start my GoFundMe right now for paying the living Mario voice actor, was it Charles
Marionet.
Marionet, to basically re-record all of Chris Pratt's lines so I can redub the movie when it comes out.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder, like, if I was Charles
that's hilarious.
Marionet, I would be fucking pissed.
Didn't they say
Like-
they were going to put him in the movie in some other role, though, or something?
Oh,
like
he
that?
is in the movie. He's one of the names. I made sure to
Okay.
look for it. He's one. I had to pause and rewind, or rewind then pause. I'm like, wait, because the names popped down, they disappeared real fast. Like, fuck you. Let's go back and pause. Charles Martinet.
I don't know how to
Really?
say it, but I did.
Charlie
There's something similar
Marinara.
to that.
Like, I really like Jack Black's Bowser. Well, we heard of it. That was cool.
He's actually doing something. They either put an effect on it, or he's just doing like a different voice.
I liked it. It's not what
Yeah.
we've gotten in other stuff before, but I liked it. I don't know.
Yeah,
but-
it was interesting.
But
Chris
why is
Pratt's
that Charles
catching
Martinet? Just get him. Why is it Chris Pratt? No offense, Chris Pratt, but
Chris Pratt's
He's been-
catching heat because the internet wants to give him heat for things that I don't know
I'm not blaming
whether it's
him.
legit to give him heat for. Let's put
It's
it that
not
way.
his fault they went for him and he auditioned and they hired him. It's not his fault. It's their fault for not hiring the guy that's been Mario for how long now? Over 20 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
how is this? All right. It's me. Just
No,
do
people
that.
just talk shit because Chris Pratt is the flavor of
Let's
the month, and
go.
it's like, I mean, right now it does kind of feel like he's doing everything. Like he's Star-Lord, he's running the Jurassic Park franchise, he has a SEAL Team 6 action series on Amazon. He's now he's the voice of Mario. I'm currently watching Parks and Rec, and I just got to the point where he's no longer chubby on that, which was hilarious. Yeah, I quit drinking beer. I lost like 50 pounds in a month. Like the dude's just, he's everywhere. You become the flavor of the month, everybody loves you, and then everybody starts talking shit about you. That's the way of Hollywood.
So with this movie, I need one thing.
What's that
I need
one
Chris
thing?
Pratt and Charles Day to be drunk the entire damn time. So we need a repeat of the original Mario Brothers movie
There you go.
where they're just drunk. Although they deserve to be drunk every damn day.
Look,
I just
don't-
need a line as good as, was she corpulent, very corpulent? Nah, she was just like round.
No. The reason why they were drunk every day is they didn't read the script anymore either, because they kept changing it every fucking day. They're like, we're not learning our lines. Fuck it, we're just reading them beforehand because you keep changing them. We're done with you. Yeah, those people who made that movie didn't know a damn thing what they were doing.
Look, the Mario movie looks perfectly fine. I'm not going to rush out to theaters to go see it, but it looks fine. I just why? Because I don't go to the theaters much anymore unless it's a Marvel movie, basically.
Yeah, I'm
Did you
still
go see Thor: Love
contemplating.
and Thunder in theaters?
Yes, I did.
Well, I didn't.
Congratulations.
I still haven't seen it, to tell you the truth.
It's on Disney
I'm
Plus.
trying to decide if I'm going to see Black Adam in
I gotta
theaters
wait for
or
my
not.
buddy to come in and sign back in on his Disney
I'm
Plus.
not
You
really
feel me?
planning on doing so based off seeing how COVID numbers are starting to change again, so I will be avoiding that one until it comes out in home release, I think. Not because of any issue I have with The Rock or Black Adam or anything, I just don't want COVID.
But you'll risk it.
Fair enough.
You'll risk it for a Marvel movie, but you won't
numbers
risk
were
it for
very
Black
different.
Adam.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
no,
see
no.
how it is because Black Adam, huh?
Before you try and paint me with a brush that's unfair, in the summer, the numbers were very different than the numbers that are developing right now.
You're just saying numbers. Numbers to what? You gotta say nouns, man.
The trends, the number of positive cases, the number of
There it
people
is.
hospitalized, things like that.
That's what I'm looking
The
for. You gotta
numbers
say full
associated
sentence.
with COVID-19 diagnoses. How about that?
I mean, I gathered that's what you were saying, but I wasn't 100%. Like the numbers of
else?
people going to theaters.
What else would I have meant when I said COVID was my concern?
Like the number of people going to theaters.
I
like
mean,
I
that's
just said.
also a problem too, but you can
I mean,
mitigate
they
that.
going
Like,
up.
when I went and saw Spider-Man, it was a matter of I could reserve my seats on the app, so I kept checking the app to see how full a theater was. And when I said, hey, this showing of Spider-Man's in 20 minutes and there's barely anyone in the theater, I went, I can grab these seats that no one's around. And I got 2 seats and was fine.
Close
Yeah,
to
the other
theater
concern
are
is
you?
his other concern is the number of idiots who won't wear masks.
Yes. I was at Walmart yesterday. I think I was the only person wearing a mask. I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, still
just-
lots of people that wear them in public and other people don't.
I got my new
Dan's-
boosters, so that'll help too.
Yeah.
But I don't want
Dan
it.
Slott made a big deal about that, like, saying, going to Comic-Con, because, like, people going to comic book conventions, like, you're packing, thousands of people in a room again. And he's like, it's kind of ridiculous where apparently some conventions now have a loose policy is what they're calling it, which basically means you can wear a mask if you want to. And there's no enforcement of anything. And so he's like, you got a kid coming up to your table and, breathing down on you for 10 minutes. Like, there's only
All
so
right,
much
so
you
you
can
know,
do.
I thought New York
parity's
Comic-Con, I thought New York Comic-Con had a masking policy and they just weren't enforcing it at times. Because that was how I read it. And I went, man, Dan, you're a real
Mhm.
nice guy, but if they had a mask policy and this guy wasn't wearing a mask, I'd be like, nope, unless you put your mask on, I'm not doing anything for you.
So for parity's sake, I'm above the COVID. I'm above it. It ain't gonna get me.
Okay.
Mm. I've already been down with the sickness, so I ain't afraid of it.
I don't want it because knowing
Oh,
my luck, I'll
oh.
get long haul COVID, and I don't want that, and I don't want to give it to
Yeah.
someone else unknowingly.
I was worried about that because I have lung and allergy issues. See, I was afraid it was gonna whoop the crap out of me. I got lucky.
That's why I double mask
Still
everywhere I
strong.
go.
I ain't
That's why-
scared of you, COVID. In fact, I challenge you to WrestleMania. God damn it! Has WrestleMania already happened? Oh wait, that's at the beginning of the year.
WrestleMania is
Yeah.
in March.
They just had
I'll challenge
Extreme
you.
Rules, or is it Extreme Rules tonight
Extreme Rules was yesterday.
or yesterday? That's
Wait,
right. They do
what?
them on Saturday.
There was a WWE pay-per-view yesterday. Excuse me,
On
premium
Saturday?
live event. Yeah. That's awesome.
they
They
do
need to do
shows
more of them on
Sundays.
Saturdays. No, Saturdays is better because if you're someone who then
mean-
works the next day on a Monday, you're not dead.
I mean, you're right, but I thought when they just make that switch.
They've been doing it off and on for a few years now. Not every show's on Saturday, but they've been doing some on Saturdays.
Yeah, I've been getting caught up.
Okay.
I decided to hell with it, and since I've still got Peacock for my $5 a month, I went back and started watching all of the live premium events from this year so far. And so
Wait.
yeah, I'm up to Money in the Bank.
Wait, if you got Peacock, you get that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can watch all WWE pay-per-views on Peacock.
And the entire WWE Universe library.
So if you have Peacock, you also have access to the WWE Network.
The
WWE Network is
net-
not a thing anymore.
in the
It's not a
United-
thing anymore. When this
wait,
happened?
wait. Clarify. In the United States, it is not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Outside the United States, the WWE Network is a thing. Peacock gave them billions of dollars, basically.
Yeah,
I think
basically got
billions
wrapped-
is
Went
an
away
over-exaggeration,
to
but-
merge with Peacock.
Yeah, it
Correct.
got wrapped into Peacock. Yeah,
But was it gone before that?
When it was gone when they signed the deal to make it happen. Prior to that deal being signed,
Gotcha.
the WWE Network was
Yeah.
a thing
Ah.
running independently.
yeah, it didn't
When-
fail.
how
It just
long
got
ago this
rolled
happened?
into
'Cause I
Peacock
haven't
in the
heard about
U.S.
Like a couple years ago?
Really, a couple years?
Yeah, it's been a while
Jesus.
now.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to this shit, man.
Yeah, that's why they don't call them pay-per-views anymore. They're premium live events on Peacock.
You can still buy a pay-per-view, but why would you do that when you can pay $5 to Peacock for a month and then watch
You
it?
know
Yeah.
what? Even though Vince McMahon isn't even the head of it anymore, go fuck yourself. It's still a pay-per-view event. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, it is with AEW. They don't have
He's
anything
probably the
but
one to change
pay-per-views.
the name in the first place anyway, right?
I mean, who knows? Willie, you should watch it. You might like it. Triple H is running everything now. I'm sure you love the game.
I mean, still, that one video where him and Stephanie are going like a little tour backstage to something, like to some kind of shop. He's just so fucking annoyed with everything. I love it. That is my spirit animal, is Triple H when he's annoyed in that video.
He's Captain Don't Give a Shit.
He's like, "What? Why are we doing this? Whatever." Like, it's so fucking... And
Triple
Stephanie's
H
like,
is
just calm down. What we doing here? It's like,
he
I know, but
he is now the head of creative for WWE. He basically develops the stories now.
I don't believe that a damn way. Vince McMahon's still running the whole thing. You know it.
Based off the changes they've made to that product since Vince McMahon left, I'm pretty sure he's not
Left.
running anything anymore.
Really? You really think so?
Look at the people they rehired that Vince fired because he never understood them, and all the people rehired are the quote-unquote Triple H guys.
Mhm.
He worked
Fair
with
enough.
a lot in NXT and built up. And then Johnny Gargano got brought back. I know you don't know that name, but he doesn't fit the Vince McMahon archetype of being 6'6", 350 pounds of muscle on steroids. Gargano is like maybe 6 foot, pretty strong dude, but he's just really fast and charismatic and stuff like that. He's not like overly muscly. That's the
Neither
Vince
were the
McMahon
Hardy Boys.
archetype. Sorry?
Neither were the Hardy Boys when they first came in.
That's true. The Hardy Boys are still wrestling. Well,
But
one
I
of them's
do know
still
what you mean.
wrestling.
I am not disagreeing. You are right now. I'm
Yeah,
not trying
but-
to disagree. I know how it came out.
It's also a tag team, and Vince never liked tag teams. Why would I pay 4 guys for a match when I can pay 2 guys for a match?
Well, Vince also thinks there's always Michaels and there's always a Jannetty. He doesn't think that 2 people in a tag team can both be successful if you go and look at his history.
True.
Why do you like Shawn Michaels so much? Because he didn't fit that archetype either, and he fucking loved that dude.
Because
Michaels,
Shawn Michaels was a showstopper, and
He
you
was-
didn't have no choice but to love Shawn
the
Michaels.
best way to put it is Shawn Michaels is charismatic as all hell.
Yeah.
That's what it was. You gave that man a mic, and he had the
Really?
crowd in the palm of his hand. Plus, then
Oh, okay, Mike.
the
yeah.
stuff he could do in the ring at that
Yeah.
time was not what you saw from everyone else because he wasn't doing like just the overly aggressive power moves. Shawn Michaels was doing like ridiculous quick speed moves. You'd fling him into a turnbuckle and he'd like fling himself up the turnbuckle and back down and stuff like that. He was doing stuff you didn't see, which is kind of the predecessor to a lot of
Yeah.
what you see in professional wrestling today, where
What's that game?
it's more
Yeah, he
of a
sold.
spot
He
fest
sold
at
in
times.
ways that nobody else sold.
Was it the WrestleMania game for the PS1 and like the Sega Saturn or whatever and shit like that? The Super Nintendo too. Yeah, but it was like an arcade fighting game. It was kind of closer to Mortal Kombat than it was a wrestling game, but it's still, moved 3D. But it was like Shawn Michaels had a Hurricane Rana attack, and I always loved doing that.
Yeah.
He had to do a special button press to do that.
Shawn
Yeah, I mean,
Michaels did stuff that we never expected around that time frame. I mean, it kind of changed the game for how things were done.
There's a reason that the Taker just retired after 20 plus years in character as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but the guy whose name is Mr. WrestleMania is Shawn Michaels. Like, Shawn Michaels is more charismatic and was more over than the guy that might be considered the greatest wrestler of all time.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not the Undertaker being Mr. WrestleMania for the streak and whatnot.
Yeah, but the streak that's how you're booked.
Stupid.
That has nothing to do with your skill in the ring or anything like that.
Well, I know, but I mean, you would think the streak thing would make you Mr. WrestleMania.
It should. That's what I'm saying.
Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, and the Taker should have been Mr. WrestleMania because for a while there, he only wrestled at WrestleMania. And yet, Shawn Michaels has always been Mr. WrestleMania because he puts on the show. Whatever match he's in, it doesn't matter if he's the first match of the night or the fourth. It's going to be the best match at the WrestleMania if Shawn Michaels is in that match.
I mean, he's the showstopper.
I mean, we all remember the match he had against Hulk Hogan.
The one where he oversold because he was pissed off about it, which was hilarious.
I mean, I can't blame him for being pissed off.
Yeah,
he had every right to be pissed off. But what he did was hilarious. I loved it. Just everywhere, just overselling that leg drop. Go fuck yourself with that leg drop.
And now Shawn Michaels is like a VP of some kind in WWE.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You can get what's his name? Hickenbottom out there to find new talent.
Or Bachman or something like that.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels' real name. Like Michael Sean Hickenbottom.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's got a really weird last name.
Yeah, I just want to look at Undertaker and say, how's it going, Mark?
Well, I mean, he's Mark now.
He has shed his gimmick for the most part now.
Dude, Shawn Michaels?
Undertaker.
No, Taker.
Oh.
Taker used to live the gimmick.
Didn't he retire?
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, he's finally retired. And yeah, he's, for the first time ever, I think like roughly a year ago, he finally, when he did full retirement, was getting the Hall of Fame, he broke gimmick and started doing interviews. And he had never, over the history of his WWE career, WF career, given an interview out of character.
Okay.
So he would go on like Regis and Kathy Lee, and he would be Taker. He was the fucking Undertaker in an interview. It was hilarious. He never broke character.
Wasn't he with, I think it was Vader in like a Middle East, I can't remember where, but it was like they're doing an interview somewhere in the Middle East, and then Vader started just going crazy, like, oh, you think is all this, and like getting angry at the interviewer, and Undertaker's like, what's going on here? You're just sitting there chilled with his sunglasses, not even moving, not even recognizing what the fuck's going on. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That was
of course,
hilarious.
One of the worst things that happened is the Undertaker shed the gimmick and actually started sharing his opinion on some things. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, well, people are entitled to their opinion.
Hey, I don't even know what those opinions are, but I'm just going to picture him like he was in Suburban Commando. when he started talking, he's like, we're going to get you, Ramsey.
He's another one of those guys.
Don't talk.
From what I
that
understood,
was the whole bit.
Another one of those guys, from what I understood, that was all about the locker room, courtroom kind of thing. And these boys need to not be playing video games. They need to be doing all these other things and going out and having fun and keeping up camaraderie by doing things together. And because he was mad about the way that guys in the locker room now just kind of do their thing, then they go play video games with each other and chill instead of, going out and partying and doing stupid things. And
I just carry over from the old school shit.
Yeah, it's very old school. Like, what the wrestlers do today is far healthier for them, I imagine, which is, hey, I do these specific workouts to keep me in shape. I do these kind of things for my recovery plan. I eat well, and instead of going out and popping 6 different pills and drinking booze all night long, I go back to my hotel and I play Fortnite with my buddies.
I was going to say, yeah, McMahon doesn't pay us that much as you guys got paid, right? We can't afford those lines you guys were doing.
There's also that for the...
Yeah.
Now, I don't know necessarily that Undertaker was hard into that side of things, but he was...
Oh, I know.
Yeah. He was big on, like, the wrestler court and the hierarchy of the back room and things like that. And That doesn't necessarily go as well with kids, not kids, with the younger groups today. It sounds like, who are more just like, hey, we're just here to work, and then we'll have some fun afterwards. But their version of fun is not the same.
You definitely tell the ones who could afford that though back in those interviews.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Macho Man.
There was a cocaine level of stars, and then there were the workers.
And then those were the ones just on speed.
So, Super Mario Brothers movie, right?
Yeah, we got real off topic.
I was gonna say the one thing I saw that I actually really loved. I love the poster. Have you guys seen the poster where it's like the Magic Kingdom heading up to the big castle and then Bowser sitting on top of it?
Yeah, they're fun.
The poster's phenomenal. It's great artwork.
I
saw that. I was like, hey, that's really cool looking.
I don't understand the heartburn people have, other than it's the internet, so we bitch about things. Like, I don't think it's going to be the best movie ever or anything like that, but I don't think it's going to be terrible. It's going to be a movie that kids can enjoy and grown people can enjoy for nostalgia because they've played the video games for a good chunk of their life, and let's just go on with it. Let's live our lives. We don't have to bitch about it.
I just don't understand why it's not the guy who's been voicing for over 20 years. I just don't. I just want to know that answer. I don't care. I just want to know the answer. Like, why did you not do him? Like, everyone knows that voice is iconic. Everyone knows, let's go. Everyone knows that. Like, Chris Pratt, like, I mean, I get it. It's a big name that you think would draw people in, but okay.
I think we talked about it before. The cast in here is pretty great. I mean, you've got Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Toad.
Oh my God, Toad! Why can't they use the old fucking cartoon? You remember how Toad sound? What are we doing, Mario?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. There's some good choices in there.
This Kevin Michael Richard is Kamek. Who or what is a Kamek?
I have no idea.
Michael Richardson?
No.
Kevin Michael Richardson. He's like the voice of like the Muller twins on Invincible. He's done tons of voice work.
No, the Muller twins, that was I thought it was Clancy Brown. Am I wrong on that?
So.
I could be very wrong on that.
He's the Muller twins, according to his IMDb.
Who?
Kevin Michael Richardson.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Martian Manhunter.
Oh, okay.
In Young Justice.
Goro in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, he's Muller twins in Invincible.
He's
the
Kevin Michael Richardson. American Dad.
Yeah. I just thought that was. It sounded like him.
Yeah, he's got a very deep, rough voice. Yeah. Like he's got that. He's got another one of those just awesome.
Oh
like,
yeah, I'm hearing that in my head.
Yeah, his voice is just thick.
Okay. Calm it down there.
Thursday.
We don't need to be people this horny this early. All right, calm it down.
It's Thursday, chicken pot pie night. Yeah.
Are we going to horny jail? Who's going to horny jail? I'm confused.
Anybody that listens to Kevin Michael Richardson talk about chicken pot pies.
Chris. Let's find out.
Don't you do it.
No.
Don't you do it.
Find out, Chris.
Bluff call.
No, that's also because I watched the trailer and I saw Toad in it. And I was like, sweet, my man, Toad's in it, because Toad's always been my favorite characters from Mario. I have no idea why, but like when I play Super Mario Kart, I race as Toad. I always race as Toad
because he's average and everything in that.
I didn't know that Keegan Michael Key was Toad though. That's so awesome.
Well, we haven't heard his voice though yet, have we?
Yeah, he was in the trailer.
Yeah, because Mario goes to touch. Yeah, he goes to touch the mushroom, and Toad comes right up to
you. Oh, that was all right.
Like, oh wait, no, that one's all right. Yeah, he loses his shit and then calms down real quick. I was like, okay,
I know what a poison mushroom looks like. It looks purple and orange, and it usually has a skull on it.
Right.
Yeah, the are usually the ones I don't eat.
Mushrooms are so nice to let you know which one's a poisonous not. Remember, kids, go out into the forest and forage for mushrooms and eat all of them, unless they have a skull and are purple with orange spots.
Also, bear in mind, you should never listen to Willie Nelson.
No, I'd never do that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Except for this advice I'm saying right now.
But you just said don't ever listen to Willie Nelson
before
just said
then. Don't listen to me. Yep, this is going to be problematic.
I know. That's why I said except don't listen to the advice I just said, which was don't listen to me. So do listen to me, but figure it all out in your head. Yes, I know it's arithmetic. You'll fucking figure it out.
I was told there would be no math.
Or 2 + 2 = 5 for some fucking reason.
I think you just broke my brain.
I do that.
Like, I don't know how I'm going to recover from this.
You see, when I
You'll
don't have
never
a brain,
financially recover
it helps
from
me
this.
break other brains.
What?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
You'll never financially recover from this.
You know that screen cap from the Mario movie trailer that everyone's been going around where it's just him like, oh, that's my brain right now. It's just like, oh no.
No, I don't know that. But
The one I
is it
made a
after he
meme
got up
about.
or something
The one I made a meme about you on Twitter.
just now?
No, like earlier in the week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that. That was a good one.
It was a
I
good
did like it.
I enjoyed it too. I've enjoyed the meme that has come out of it with the pained Mario expression. That's been great.
This is gonna suck.
But seriously, why can we not have Charles just do the Mario voice?
Because
It's a Mushroom Kingdom.
someone did the analysis somewhere to say we need to use a big Hollywood name to get people interested. I don't know.
No, what's bigger than Charles Martinet? What's bigger than that? He's been doing it for over 20 years.
I don't
Nobody knows who
disagree with
Charlie Marinara is.
He's been in multi-million-dollar games.
Though, to be fair, we have had similar things come up when it comes to recasting Joker voices and stuff like that. When Mark Hamill wasn't going to do the voice of the Joker in some of the animated
Troy
movies,
Baker.
and Troy Baker's was friggin' awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, Troy Baker's an amazing voice actor.
This is true. So and then oh god, what's the actor's name who does the voice of Bender? Whose name I'm forgetting? John.
Joe DiMaggio.
DiMaggio.
Yeah,
DiMaggio.
he did a Joker, and I thought it was pretty cool too in one of the DC movies.
Wait, what? I think he was the one in that Batman Ninja one, wasn't he?
I don't remember which one it was.
God, that one sucked.
It's one
so,
I've
not
seen,
because of his
though.
voice, because the story was so bad, it was so stupid.
I haven't seen Batman Ninja, so I don't think it was that one because it's one I've
Okay, fair
actually
enough.
seen. But
Batman
maybe he
versus
did it
Teenage
there
Mutant Ninja
too.
Turtles.
I'm sorry, what?
Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I haven't seen that one
'Cause
either.
I have that one over there too. I also have Batman Ninja in Steel Box and that one too, but that one's not Steel Box.
I mean, I guess I
They're
could just
both
go look it up
terrible.
on IMDb instead of us randomly guessing.
Oh, was it the that fucking the two-parter, the Dark Knight Returns? Fuck,
That
was
might have
good.
been it.
That was good. They kept the Nazi nipples in there, and I was like, "Oh, you kept it."
Yeah, those were really good anime.
They kept it. They had the balls, the cojones to keep it. Holy shit! I was
Batman don't
impressed.
shiv, man. Batman don't shiv.
He was the Joker in Batman Under the Red Hood
Oh,
and Death
don't-
in the Family, the video game.
there's a video game called Death in the Family.
I'm just reading titles here. DC Superheroes Justice League. He was Lex Luthor in the Joker. Lego DC Comics Batman Beleaguered. He was the Joker. Batman Under the Red Hood in 2010. He was the Joker. I thought his Joker was fun. It was different. It was not the same as what we'd gotten out of Troy Baker and Mark Hamill, but it was good. So, I mean, choosing a different voice actor is not an easy thing to do, but it can work. It's just very hard to do when you have someone who's beloved in that role. And one could argue. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you know who could have been better than Chris Pratt though?
Who? Did you just nominate yourself for the role? Willie, this is an audio podcast. No one can hear you gesturing.
I know, but I mean, it should be obvious that yes, this regal guy over here
But I
definitely could be the
I
voice
trimmed the
for
silence out of the
Mario.
podcast so they won't even know. It would just sound
I
awkward.
fucking forget you do that. You ruin pregnant pauses for jokes. The timing is all off.
And you can't be mad at Chris. Do whatever he can to stop you from making things pregnant.
I don't appreciate what you the fuck you just said. I want you to know that. I don't appreciate that.
That's all right. I'll squirrely Dan all I want.
What does that even mean? Your sister's hot. There, I said it.
Yep.
Too fat to run.
Out of here.
Shit.
Oh,
Hey,
dear.
you already heard my Mario. I thought it was pretty good. I was doing the Charles.
Okay, hold
the
on.
way
Hold
he
on.
does it.
Let's give you a legitimate chance because we're in the middle of debating something. Now is your audition tape to play Mario in any future upcoming Mario movies. This you can send to Nintendo. You can send to Universal. You can send it to Universal Studios. Maybe you can be Mario there at the theme park they're opening. This is your chance, Willie. The stage is yours to audition as Mario.
All right, now I see. I feel like I can't really do it exactly the same way as him. You know, it's a me, like his. It's already done. It's tired, and I don't want to be lazy like Chris Pratt and just use my voice because who cares? And what does it care if I'm him or not? So.
All right, Luigi, we're going up to the Mushroom Kingdom, and we're gonna stomp a mud hole in that turtle's ass. You hear me?
Well, thank you for submitting that audition tape. I'm sure that they will be back with you momentarily to sign you to a long-term deal to be Mario.
I mean, you saw my thought process, though, right?
Sort of. I do appreciate your very unique and different take on Mario in comparison to what has been presented before.
Hey, Luigi, you better make sure that rocket launch is good and ready to go.
Again, I appreciate the fact that you did something different. Thank you for that, Willie.
Hey, thank you. I try over here.
Hey, he's walking here.
Hey, you looking at me all wrong? I got a flower power up with a fireball with your name on it, you son of a bitch.
This will be... I think you're more auditioning for the inevitable horror movie spin-off of Mario when someone tries to steal the idea.
You just wait till I get that kitty cat suit power up. Oh, I'm gonna scratch your balls all up there, baby.
You know,
It just got really creepy.
the longer this goes on, though, the more entertaining I think it would be to have Willie as his Mario redub the movie when it comes out.
All right.
Or
But
we
I
could
mean, if I was
redub-
Toad, I would just keep him the same way. You know, from the old cartoon.
Mario, we can't do that.
Can we redub some old cartoons with Willie's Mario voice, I wonder?
Some Captain Lou Albano Mario.
Maybe this is a future segment we can have on the show
Dun,
here,
dun,
we
dun.
can do
I like
table
that
readings
fucking
with
dance he
Willie.
does.
Where we'll get the script
Mario!
for something, and we'll have Willie choose what character he wants to be and do his interpretation, and we'll do a table reading. Because there's scripts
All right.
out there.
There are lots of scripts out there.
I can do that. I like doing voices.
Table readings with Willie.
I don't know
I'm
if my
in.
voices are all that different, though.
I've got the
Do
script.
they all just sound like me?
I've
I
got
don't know.
Colin Trevorrow's
It's just hard to
script that-
hear yourself, you know?
I have a copy of the script that Colin Trevorrow wrote for episode 9 before his version got canned. So we can
The
always use
what?
that one. Sorry.
Oh, you're talking about Star Wars
Star
episode
Wars.
9.
Yes.
I was like, episode what? I was like, oh wait, he's a Star Wars fan. Episode
was talking
9 is
about
just
Star
episode,
Wars.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
But
Like episode 9 of what show? The Simpsons?
oh, I
Go
know
back
what
to the
could
first
work.
season?
Christopher Nolan put the script out for The Dark Knight Rises as part of its Oscar consideration. We could have Willie do his take on Bane. The
I mean,
fire
of
still
course, you
burns.
can't do the, yes, Batman. You can't do that stupid shit. That
The
Tom
fire
Hardy did.
still burns, Batman.
I will break the bat. Actually, we'll workshop. We'll workshop.
He's real proud of himself with that one.
He's
He
gonna
was.
roll
He's
it
really
around, a
proud
couple
with
things
himself.
around.
Look,
See what's
I wish I
stick,
could
see
say
what
this
doesn't
was-
stick. You know how it goes.
I wish I could say this was an original idea, but there were some friends of us that used to do a podcast called Let Us Nerd, Greg and Leroy, who actually guested on the show at one point in time. Their show's long since ended, I think, but they did their dramatic reinterpretation of terrible fanfics. And at one point in time, they took what is notoriously
Nice.
one of the worst Harry Potter fan fictions that ever exists, called My Immortal, that somehow crosses over like My Chemical Romance, a bunch of other things. It's become a terrible trope.
An
And they did-
Evanescence.
Yeah, sort of. And then they did a terrible reenactment where they cast people to play different characters in it, and they did a reenactment of like half of My Immortal with a voice cast.
Because isn't My Immortal, isn't that an Evanescence song?
It is an Evanescence song also. I was
Ooh.
cast in their live interpretation of Harry Potter My Immortal. I had a role. I only had 2 lines, and I'm sure I could find the audio somewhere for it, but I was not Professor Slughorn, but because they had to be edgy in this, Professor Sluthorn. That was my role.
No. Slughorn sounds so much raunchier.
I'm just telling
so much raunchier.
I'm just telling you what the role was that I was cast in. It was my voice acting debut, and I don't know
Professor
if the episode
Sluthorn,
exists
huh?
anymore. I was Professor Sluthorn in a reenactment of My Immortal.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take it back. They're like, you know why they call me Slughorn? Cause it's hard and already wet. Let's go, baby.
That sounded almost like Carl from Aqua Teen at the end.
Oh, I didn't feel like I was doing a Carl.
And a little bit of Meatwad.
I do know. I do believe I do a good Meatwad.
All right, this is your chance. We want to hear your Meatwad, and then we will
I'll mute
transition
myself
into
to
the
see
news.
if I can get
Never
it
wanna
right
hear his
first, so then I would
Meatwad.
jump in with it.
Hey, Frylock, just trying to put me back in the microwave again. I don't want to go. Make him stop it.
This is a pretty good Meatwad. Well done, Willie. Well done.
I can try. Can never do Master Shake's
Shake.
voice. Yeah, because that dude just does his voice, and he has a very distinctive, unique
Yes.
voice.
Very much so.
There's
There's new Aqua Teen stuff coming at some point in time. I don't know if it's out
a
yet.
new
now.
movie. I forget what it's called.
I don't remember.
I don't
either.
know if I've ever watched a full episode of that show.
Oh man, Aqua Teen's hilarious.
You never saw a full episode. Here's what you need to do. You need to watch. I forget what episode in season. I think it's season 4. One of the episodes is the season. It's the season where everything starts with is titled the for the episode title is the something, but this one is called The Shavening. That's the one
That
you need to
was
see.
really good.
That's the best one
That
ever.
one's really good.
You know why, Chris? Don't you?
Yes.
You know why.
I'm not going to spoil anything on it until Bachman watches it.
Bachman needs to see it. Bachman, you watch that. That means Chris has to watch The Fifth Element within the week. Within the week.
How are you enforcing that one?
Within the
Well,
fucking week.
Let me get that in writing, and I'll watch that episode.
You shut your mouth. No one's talking to you. We're gonna make him do it within the week. You hear
You
me?
got to get the note notarized though.
We're
That
gonna
way it's
DDoS
official.
him. All right.
Notarized. I still have my stamp.
We need to get Taco to notarize it for us.
I'll be a fucking notary. I don't care. I didn't say legally.
I want Taco to be my notary.
I have a multitude of jokes to go with that, and I'm going to choose not to do any of them.
Did you
Pretty
ever
sure we
watch
could get
the
Taco
league?
to. We could get Taco to.
I
notarize
know
it
what
for
you're
about
talking about. I know Taco. Yeah, that's why. Well, how do you think I know my Eskimo brother?
Just
Syndicate.
making sure. Willie, are you going to open the EBDB BNB?
I hate acronyms.
So you're not going to
Even though that's not technically an acronym, that's an initialism. Because an acronym you have to say as a word, like ASAP. That's an acronym because you're saying it as a word.
Willie, this argument's FUBAR.
Mhm.
See, acronym.
Actually, no, that's not the definition. An acronym is literally
ASAP,
any
not an
string
acronym.
of
It's
letters.
initialism. If you say ASAP, that is an acronym. It's the difference. And I hate the fact that I know the difference between them. I hate it.
My favorite.
Because no one gives a fucking damn about it. You know what we're talking about. But it's still a thing. It's
Your
still a
favorite's
fucking
tap?
thing, isn't it?
TAFMO.
AFMO.
TAFMO. It was something that we used to use at work a lot, which is you have to draw things out, how flows are going to work on stuff. And at one point in time, we're trying to figure out how to do it. So we drew what was a cloud with a lightning bolt through it and called it TAFMO because we weren't sure how we were going to get from point A to point B. And the TAFMO cloud stood for then a fucking miracle occurs.
Nice. And then the Deus Ex Machina kicks in.
Yeah. So that is always jokingly something that's gone with me in my professional life going forward is when we start diagramming stuff out and we get stuck, just draw a TAFMO cloud and then come back to it later. Because you'll get a good laugh out of it. And obviously no one's really going to know what a TAFMO cloud is for real. It was fun.
Like, Deus Ex Machina, that literally translates to machine from the gods.
I believe so.
I mean, I took Latin a little bit. I mean, I think I would.
Willie's
Damn.
bilingual here.
Well, no one fucking speaks Latin, so it's not really bilingual.
Just buy something.
You can speak. Hey, no judgment. If he
Well,
is,
we
it's
don't know
fine.
how like they pronounce it or shit like that, do we? I think that was like it is a dead language for.
Yeah.
But we can only guesstimate.
We've gone way off the rails here. I have no way to transition. I'm just hitting the button, okay?
Like, I think... Oh, yeah.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
It's the news of the week. That part of the show where we run down was in our minds the most interesting geeky and or nerdy news to have popped up. It only took us 40 minutes to get to it, but before we get to that, we need to go to Mario for an urgent weather brief. Mario, what do you got for us? He's on mute, so we can't hear Mario's weather report.
Yeah, because you pressed the button there. I had to mute myself. I didn't know it. All right, let's take a look out here. It's looking sunny with no clouds and pretty damn bright. I don't like it.
Thank you for that urgent weather briefing, Mr. Mario. The people were requesting to know what was going on. We'll cut back to you later if we need to in regards to the weather.
Hey, you better watch it. You bother me too much there. I don't like it. But we'll keep it for now. Okay.
Hey, is your brother Luigi Mario around?
That piece of shit. Oh, don't you get me started on that piece of shit. Oh, that lanky bastard.
All right, so I guess Luigi Mario is not going to show up on the show anytime soon.
Hey, you quiet down in the closet over there. Hey, I locked you in there for a reason. Prince in another castle. Fuck that bullshit. I kidnapped her myself and I put her in the closet.
Oh, so is the princess in the closet? I assumed it was your brother in the closet.
Hey, that's what you get for assuming there.
Where is he? Is he in the trunk of your car?
That motherfucker, I haven't been able to reach him. He owes me $20 still. There's 20 coins. And the red coins, too. Oh, they're the red coins. You know how hard those are to get? Oh, I had to do so much backflipping to get those coins. Oh, that son of a bitch. Oh, I'm going to make some coins red all right when I see him.
Well,
Get him, put them in a sock, and I'm beat him across the fucking head.
Thank you for that, Mr. Mario. We appreciate it.
He better hope he has an extra life.
Dear God, I'm laughing so hard I'm actually tearing up right now.
Nice.
Oh, this is the greatest segment we've ever done.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Willie. I appreciate it. Hey, we're in the news of the week where we won't talk about Mario for a little bit. Because I don't know.
If you need someone extra to do voice work, you can reach me at South Porky on Twitter.
There you go. I lost my train of thought. I completely did. So, news of the week, that's what we're into now.
Yep.
Willie, what do you
You already
got?
hit the button unless you want to hit it again. Please don't hit the
No, I'm
button
not
again.
going to hit it again. Willie, what do you
Thank
got?
you.
Why don't you kick things off for us?
Jesus Christ, I was hoping you wouldn't do it.
I mean,
First.
you
All right.
don't have to go.
All right, so on Wednesday, it was finally released for North and South America. It was been released in other countries first, but we finally got it in North and South America. Okay. The PlayStation Stars program. Pretty much, to make a long story short and then to go into the long story, it is pretty much what the Sony Rewards program was before they shut that down about a year ago or the beginning of this year sometime. It's pretty much a Sony, not Sony, but more specifically a PlayStation loyalty program. That's the best way to kind of put it.
Okay.
You earn coins to where you can either outright buy games with it or put funds into your PlayStation wallet. And how you do so is, I'm still kind of learning it. I'm reading it. And explanations are a little wonky, but from what I do understand of it, let's go back here. So when you do sign up for it, if you haven't yet, stop what you're doing and sign up for it. Just open up the PlayStation app if you have it on your phone, or go to the PlayStation Store. I think it shows you like a QR code to sign in for there. Just do that, because as soon as you start earning, the more easier, the better it is. That way you don't miss out on anything you've been doing. Because all you gotta do is keep doing what you're already doing. It seems like as far as I know, there's 4 different levels to it. Like I started in level 1 in PlayStation Stars, and I don't exactly know what the levels do. I've read it. It says challenges unlock or something like that. I don't know what that means. There are challenges I see on here. Like this one right here is October check-in. I click on it, and the challenge was play any PS4/PS5 game, and you get it.
So is this like the Xbox Ambassador program, sort of?
I couldn't tell you because I don't know what that ambassador program is.
Yeah, I've got an article up on Kotaku right now I was looking at. There's 4 levels, they say. The 4th level gives you the most controversial perk, better customer service. If you get to level 4, you get better customer service.
Are you talking about Sony's?
Yes.
Personally, I don't know about the customer service because I never really called them. I've only heard stories, but I have no firsthand experience with it, so I can't tell you what it's like, you know. But I do know I am level 2 on the PlayStation Stars program right now, and I have 160 coins because part of it is just buying games gives you coins too. And I'm not sure. I have 160 coins. Now, I don't know because I bought a game on sale Wednesday after I already signed up for it, just because I was already going to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if I got 160 coins because that's just what you get when you buy any game, or it's because the game that was on sale, it was $16. So is every dollar 10 coins? I don't know if that is. I won't know till I probably buy another game.
So
that's not also $16.
According to this article on Kotaku, they're talking about you earn free games by completing campaigns, like buying from a pre-select list of games.
You get coins from that. I see that. It's like this one right here is one of the challenges is the PlayStation Store picks. You get extra 50 coins if you buy one of these games.
Right. So there's stuff like that.
I don't want any of those games.
They mention buy The Last of Us Part 2 for $70. You get the equivalent of $2.80 back in points. You get 4% back is what they're saying on that one.
Okay, so it's percentage thing. I guess.
Perhaps. So I guess like it might vary by game, too.
That makes sense. But there's also this other challenge that is a little bit that I completed. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I looked up the answers. I didn't give a shit because it was. It's called Hit Play /1994, and it's a bunch of song titles from 1994. I'm assuming, like Mr. Jones and Regulate were 2 different songs. More Human Than Human was one, and then pretty much those have like an equivalent. Can't say that word. Equivalent. Fucking, you know the word I'm saying. To a game title. And it has something to do with that. Like Wild Night is one of the songs, which I don't even know what song that is. But the game for that is Until Dawn because they had one wild ass night. And yeah, so all you have to do with those is start up the game. And it takes like, I don't know, a little bit for the server to see that you did it. You have to start the game. You just open, I mean, you don't have to play the game. You have to start it up, get to the menu is all I did, and I backed out. And for all these games, they're all available on PlayStation Extra. You know, their Game Pass, the mid tier, not even the premium, the mid tier. They're all available on that.
So it says on here, points expire after 24 months. So you need to use them within 24 months, which seems reasonable.
Oh yeah, 24 months.
That's
like 5 years, right?
It's 2 years. There's some weird catches though. Kotaku says, in addition to needing to be a paying PlayStation Plus member to get points back, you also need to buy games directly through PSN rather than with funds loaded onto your PSN wallet. So like if you buy gift cards, sometimes you'll see a sale, buy a $50 PlayStation gift card for $45. If you get a gift card, load that to your wallet and then buy a game, you don't get points if you use what's in your wallet.
I'm going to disagree with that because I did get one of those gift cards and I put it on my wallet and then I bought a game.
I'm just saying that's what it says in the article here.
For it. And it also counts as on here. It's all one of the things that ups your level is full game purchases, and it counts 1 out of the 2 because I did buy that one game. And something else that also counts toward, like, I guess raising your level is what I'm assuming by this little meter I'm looking at is getting rare and above trophies / achievements. They're done by rarity, about how many people, percentage of people who've, unlocked that trophy. So far, I've gotten 6 out of 32 trophies since that Wednesday of rare and better.
Interesting. So there's some more
I want to say they're wrong from firsthand experience for what I did. That's what I did, and it worked, so I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know. There's another
guy. Use a different type of gift card.
After doing some math, it seems like PlayStation Stars offers 10 points per dollar spent. So it would take,
I was right.
So it would take $1,500 spent to have enough points, 15,000 to redeem $60 worth of PlayStation Store credit, if my math is correct.
Listen, if you're trying to do this to work over the system, it ain't gonna work. This is just something extra for shit you are already doing.
Yeah,
pretty
but
much.
how many people are going to buy $1,500 worth of stuff in 2 years to be able to actually cash out for much is the question I would have. Because if you're a more casual gamer and you're only buying a handful of games per year, that's not easy.
Yeah,
to do.
but I don't know how else you earn coins. I'm assuming there's other ways to earn coins here, because there's other, like I said, there's one if you buy certain games you get 50 coins. Like this thing just started. I don't know where they're going with it fully.
Interesting.
I just know I've completed all the challenges, although one of the challenges disappeared for me when it still said it had like 22 days left or something like that. And it just disappeared because I was already going to get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. That was one of the other ones. And then it replaced it. And now that one says now 22 days left. And I was like, what happened to the other one? You still had days left for that one, like more than 20 days. Like, why'd that go away? I was already going to get it. Now that went away for some reason. So I don't know what's up with that.
They do also mention in this article that you can only cash them in at $5 or $20 amounts. So that's intervals of 1,250 or 5,000 points.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm in the rewards right now. Yes. So that is, well, yeah, either $5 or $20. I mean, that's understandable.
So
Not upset about that.
do you use the rewards program that's built into the Switch store? Because you can just use your points whenever you want.
I've used it sometimes. I have no idea what it's at because I'm not gonna
Well, they
lie.
expire,
That has
too.
so much dust over there. That probably Switch doesn't even work anymore.
Yeah, they expire too, so they may have expired. But the nice thing with the Switch points is if I have 30 points, I can use them to knock 30 cents off the price, or if I have 3,000 points, I can use to knock, what is that, 30 bucks off then?
Oh, here's something too. And also you can buy full games with those coins as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10,000 points, you can get Nier Automata. For 6,250 points, you get Cult of the Lamb.
It's a good game.
And there's one here that just came in that's new today that I haven't seen before. Something called Kruger. Looks like a pixel art game. That's only 425 points. Don't know what that is.
This is interesting, but it seems overly complicated. Maybe they'll hopefully refine that as they get further along with it. I mean, they needed it because Microsoft and Nintendo have had their own rewards program for a while now.
Sony did also have the Sony reward program, which was a thing, which I got a free like $50 gift card through that.
Mm-hmm.
And because I had enough points and because I forgot about it was a thing, I had enough for a $50 gift card. I was like, all right, fuck yeah. Actually, I think I also had enough for another $25 card after that fact too. So I got $75 for the loyalty thing. But they did get rid of that, I think, in the spring of this year, I think, or was it last year? I can't remember which. I think it was the beginning of this year, I think. But I guess they got rid of it to run this.
I had it back in the day when I bought my PlayStation 3 because I got a bunch of rewards points for buying my PlayStation 3 that I then parlayed into digital currency, I think, in my PlayStation wallet. But that was years upon years ago.
Oh, wait, I just had to scroll down further because it looked like it ended there, but okay. Earn limited edition digital collectibles inspired. Okay, so that is something else I do want to say. Most of these challenge things, like the one I said, I opened up those games, then all I do is open them up and close them up. That didn't give you coins. It gave you.
It sounds like NFTs to me without saying NFT.
It's an NFT without the stigma of an NFT. Like it's just a nothing thing. It's not like it's worth anything. It's not like you sell it or anything. So it's not like, a piece of shit thing. I've earned some. So I've earned some already. Hell, all I had to do for one of them was open up Mortal Kombat 11. It was one of a handful of fighting games that you could just open up. You didn't have to do anything, and boom, you got it. You got like a little fighting cat that they used to have as a mascot in Japan for PlayStation back on the PS1. Earn points that can be redeemed for digital collectibles, games, or digital wallet funds in your PlayStation Star's reward catalog. Items available may vary.
I got it set up on my phone, but I don't know. It always bugs me. Why do these reward points expire? There's no reason for them to expire other than they don't want you to be able to cash in stuff.
That's
I
exactly
hate
why.
rewards programs
Yeah.
that have expiration dates.
But I mean, 2 years. I mean, that's plenty of time, my man.
It is perhaps for you who buys a lot of games on a regular basis, but
Fair
for
enough.
someone who doesn't, that's just I'm going to accrue these points, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll get $5 out of it before they expire in 2 years.
I mean, that's what I'm
Mhm.
hoping for. If I get that, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
be lucky if
I mean,
get
for
anything
something I was
from it.
already doing anyway, here's free $5. What am I going to complain about? I had to do the
I
bare
underst-
minimum to sign into this thing. Like,
So I understand your point, and I agree with that. I will say it seems needlessly complex to me as I start skimming through some of the other articles that I've seen on it.
wait, it's telling you the different levels right here. Okay. Level 1, milestones. Join Play Stars, started playing, completing campaigns. Benefits. Get access to digital collectibles by completing campaigns. Receive a celebration collectible. All right. Level 2, what's the benefits for that? Receive a level 2 celebration and access to all... okay. Oh. Level 3, receive a level 3 celebration collectible and a birthday collectible?
Again, this costs them
Birthday.
no money to give you
Yeah.
a digital NFT that's not actually an NFT for your account.
I need to hurry up and get to level 3 because I need to get that birthday collectible.
Willie, you're
Birthday's coming
just
up.
playing their game right now.
My birthday's coming up, Chris!
And I'll give you a nice present. How about that? You want a Funko Pop?
You want to see...
I'm going to get you a
Do you know what I'm going to do to that? Do you know what I'm going to do to it? Do you know what? Bachman, close your eyes. This is what I'm going to do to it. I'm going to melt it down.
Ah! No!
Okay.
No.
Go for it. I don't care.
Illegal.
Bachman, I said close your eyes.
Illegal.
Earmuff your
Do it.
eyes.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Why are we just not calling them eye muffs?
Because it's funnier to say earmuffs and then cover my eyes.
Yeah, it's funny
That's
to say
fair.
earmuff your eyes. That's why.
Oh,
Chris,
okay.
do you not understand comedy?
No, I don't, evidently.
That's why you're on the bottom.
Okay.
I know that's not the reason why you're on the bottom. I know you're on the bottom because that's
But
what
I'm
you
not.
set up. I know, and you don't have to be. How do I know you were over there? Am I even sure you're over there? Because I'm not even looking. I'm guessing I'm looking at you. Oh, God damn you, switch it back.
This is
You
why
know
you don't
nothing,
mess with
sir.
the guy that controls the scenes.
True. Chris
Why,
is
do
in
I
charge
do I
of our
look dumb or
digital
something?
world.
No more than normal.
That's fair.
I can make your picture upside down, I guess, but I'm really bored, so I don't want to have to fix it.
No one cares about that, Chris. It's not going to help the fans, our fans. Do we have any fans? Hey, fans.
I mean, we got some.
We have listeners. I don't know if we
Fair
have
enough.
fans.
Hey, I think we got a new one. Just popped up, right?
No?
Oh, I thought I saw another one pop. Oh, I thought it was 3. Now there's 4, but I guess there was always. It's so tiny on my screen, man. I can't really tell. Oh, ah! I can't see who it is. Can't read it, but it's there.
Oh, dear. Don't feed into his... There you go. I'll give you a...
Well, Chris, what does it say? Can you at least read out what it says?
It says, nope, you're seeing shit.
I don't know if I believe you.
Hand to God,
Well,
it says, nope, you're seeing shit.
You should believe him because I just typed it, and that's what it says. I'm the only one in the chat room.
All right. Any questions on PlayStation Stars that I maybe can answer? Open up the floor.
Have you got, did you know, and I saw this in an article, if you have anything pre-ordered digitally, it will pay out your points once that pre-order goes through, so long as you've signed up. Because there were a bunch of people, I guess, concerned they'd pre-ordered God of War Ragnarok, and like, I want my 740 points. They said, don't worry, you'll get your 740 points when the game purchase goes through.
It was either with that or with one of the Call of Duties coming out. It was either with Ragnarok or that one. I can't remember which. People had that question. I did see it. They said it'll take about 2 weeks, but it will honor that pre-order.
Yeah.
And I can't remember for which one it was. I know I saw it was something on Reddit.
Probably
I
both
saw
of
and
them.
someone had the question that got answered.
That's 2 big pre-orders
But
right now.
what I do know 100% is that I don't know about the pre-orders how that works, but everything from the Stars program, it does not work retroactively. It is
Yeah,
going
which sucks.
forward. Maybe it sucks. I mean, it makes
Give
sense.
me points for
I'm
all
not
my
trying
trophies.
to defend the company, but I mean, it makes sense. Because how many fucking games have I bought in the past? A shitload. They're not going to give me
it also doesn't
thousands of
apply
coins.
to physical game purchases too, which is fine. But Nintendo did
I
actually
forgot about that.
apply rewards points to physical purchase, which I thought was kind of cool. But it's not as much as if you buy digitally. So the
Yeah, I
precedent
don't
does exist.
buy physically anymore.
I mean, I do buy some stuff physically. I think this is a good thing. Rewards programs are fine. I'm all for you're supposed to make things opt in, but this is one of those things where I go, man, this is one of those things they should probably just sign people up for, because I don't know if I just dropped a bunch of money on buying a couple games, then heard about the rewards programs, like, oh, I could have gotten like 2,000 points.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd be kind of annoyed.
Everyone I talk to, I tell them like, hey, stop what you're doing. Don't play any other game. Just stop. Sign up for Stars. I've been telling everyone that.
I guess the real major
you.
difference that I can find between this and Microsoft Rewards and Nintendo's Gold Coin program is this: you have to be a PlayStation Plus subscriber, it looks like, and those you don't.
Oh, well, I mean, it's like saying, oh, you have to be Xbox Live Gold member or whatever. They still call it that?
It's just Xbox Live, but you
you have to be Xbox Live member.
But you can earn
obviously I'm gonna have it
Microsoft.
because I play online.
Hold on,
So,
you can earn rewards points from Microsoft and Nintendo without subscribing to their online services.
That's all. Yeah, it's a fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. Sony, you're fucking up over there.
No, I don't know if it's necessarily a fuck up, but I think it's something that should be considered. Is why are you blocking the rewards program behind a paywall?
Well, are you really loyal if you're not a PlayStation Plus member?
If you just play single player games, why do you need PlayStation Plus?
For the discounts on the single player games.
Maybe you buy physically. You just buy things on sale at GameStop or Walmart.
You're
or
fucking
Best Buy.
stupid. Buy digital. Okay, that was an editorial from me.
That is an
My
editorial.
apologies.
There is something to be said for the fact that, hey, I can buy my games physically, and while it may not be a great deal, I could always sell it to my buddy at a garage sale, or I could take it to GameStop and get $5 back. And you can argue that your physical game purchases will yield a better return when you get rid of them than the PlayStation Rewards program would.
Yeah, the last time I bought physically was Guardians of the Galaxy. And you remember how well that worked out?
Well, it's not our fault that your disc drive is broken.
Oh, I know.
Have you gotten a PlayStation 5 yet? They've been online on Sony. They've been on Sony's store all the time this week. It was a legit question.
The last time I bought physically, I got No Man's Sky for $10 at GameStop because it's still 60 fucking bucks in the PlayStation Store for a digital copy of a 10-year-old game.
Chris, just like a drug dealer, I'm cash only, man.
Good luck then.
Oh, I know. I'm doing it on hard mode. I know this.
I can get you an Xbox. I saw one at Target. Yes, there were like 4 of them sitting on the shelf at Target.
I don't want one of those shits.
You can get the Series S right now for $50 off and get a free controller at Target.
I don't know which one that is, Chris.
The one without a disc drive.
No, I don't know what that is. Like, is that the last year's or is that the last gen? I don't know.
This gen.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
$250 and an extra controller. Willie, you can go to Target right now and get one.
Target.
I like Target.
Nah, I take that back. I like Target.
I like Target. Well, Willie, thank you for sharing.
I don't go to it that often.
Thank you for sharing the Sony Stars / Rewards program with us. I don't have PlayStation
Reward
Plus
program.
anymore.
I won't get anything from. So
hey, now
joined
your
up.
PlayStation Star. Get your game. Play.
I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore, so I won't be picking it up.
Say what?
I said I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore, so I won't be picking it up.
Fair enough.
But I appreciate the advisory.
If you want it, sign up for it, everyone. I'm looking at you right now. Sign up for it right now if you want to. If you don't, ooh.
All right, so let's pivot to some news that's coming out of New York Comic Con, and I'll take this one. We all know DC has their DC Universe, I think it's DC Universe Infinite comic subscription app that they have out there right now. They've expanded to other countries throughout 2022, and at New York Comic Con, they did announce some other changes that would be coming. Beginning next week, according to this article over at Gizmodo, there will be a new ultra tier of DC Universe Infinite that sees the launch of new comics on the service a full month after they release on physical and digital storefronts. Meaning, if you wait a month, the Batman issue that's in your local comic shop, you can just watch or read as part of that subscription service. From a consumer standpoint, I think that's kind of cool. But man, if I ran a comic shop right now, I'd be kind of annoyed that you're giving me a month-long window before this goes out to the subscription service. Previously, it was a 6-month window. Now, granted, this isn't a new, more costly tier, but if you're someone who reads a good chunk of new releases, that saves up pretty quickly. For those unaware, this new Infinite Ultra tier goes live on October 10th. It'll be $100 a year for you basically to get access to digital comics a month after release.
And they're calling it what now? The Ultra?
DC Universe Infinite Ultra tier. This is their new most expensive tier for $100 a year.
So they named it after an evil version of Superman, Ultraman.
Right, you're not wrong.
Huh. They didn't think that through, did they?
This Ultra tier,
DC, you're fucking up again.
The Ultra tier is
doesn't
also going to
think
introduce
anything through.
over 5,000 titles from various DC imprints starting in mid-November. This includes collected editions DC Black and Vertigo. Ultra subscribers also get one free physical comic book upon subscription, renewal, or upgrading to a new tier. The first free comic will be the deluxe 30th anniversary edition of The Death of Superman. All members, regardless of tier, issues of Mad Magazine and DC graphic novels are available as of today. So
wait, Mad Magazine's part of it?
DC owns Mad Magazine.
They own Mad.
The previous, like when I was reading in the 90s, can I go back to that?
I believe so.
Ultraman, you sly bitch, you got me.
But you can't fold the pages together like you could then to do the puzzles and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Ultraman, you piece of shit. You done fucked up now.
So why I brought this up is, I thought it was an interesting story. But at the same time, I find it concerning from a brick and mortar standpoint, especially your local comic shop now, to basically be like, hey, we want you to read through previews, order things months in advance, and then there's only a 1-month window where we'll have them here where you could pay $4 for a comic, or you just wait an extra month and as part of your $100 a year, you can read this, and you're just a month behind.
I'm sorry, how much?
$100 a year for this tier.
Oh, fuck no, get out of here. Fuck off with that shit.
Okay, well, let me
$100 a month or $100 a year? You just said both.
I was assuming years.
Sorry, say again. I didn't hear you.
$100 a month or $100 a year?
$100 a year.
A year. Okay.
Sorry. So I think I know where I got twisted here. Is my thought was, let's go through a pull list right here, and let's say I read Nightwing and Batman religiously each month, and let's say arbitrarily they're $4 an issue. So that's $8 a month I'm talking about just in those 2 books. 8 times 12, that's what, 100? Right there, if you only read 2 books a month at $4 a pop, that's the cost of your subscription. You can start reading Justice League and Superman and Green Arrow and other stuff like that, because it would just be part of that $100 a year subscription. They would get you things a month late.
Got a big question though.
All right, Quest.
Is this $100 a month up front, or you have to pay it monthly or year? Sorry, you had me say month now. $100 a year, is that up front or is that monthly, or do you have to pay individually $100 to a month?
I don't know.
Because if it's $100 up front, then that's what the fuck you doing, DC? You're fucking up.
I mean, I imagine there's probably a slightly cheaper version if you pay up front. Excuse me. Let me look on their website and see what it says.
Yeah, it might be something where it's like $90 if you pay it up front, where it's the $9.99 or whatever a month if you do it monthly.
So
like PlayStation Plus, it's like double the cost.
I don't believe this has been updated yet to have the new tier right now, but the current top tier is $74.99 annually. That's a 20% discount, or you can pay $7.99 a month for it. So my assumption is they would do something similar for this new Ultra Infinite tier or whatever they're calling.
Okay, so it's more expensive if you do it for a month, cheaper if you just pay up front.
Correct.
Yep.
My assumption is they will do something similar, probably 20% off. So if my guess is they're saying it's $100 for a year, it's probably $120 if you paid per month. Let's assume it's $10 a month. So $10 a month for your digital comics being 30 days behind. And then, in theory, having access to those until they decide to pull them from the app. Plus the entire back catalog of stuff there. The value proposition is really good for a customer. It's just the brick and mortar store. That's my concern.
Well,
right in
and
the hand that fed him, that kept him
Yeah.
alive during the fucking 80s and 90s.
DC's never like it was funny because like they were the first company that they made a big deal about had a giant marketing campaign about drawing the line at $2.99, where they weren't going to raise the price of new issues above $2.99. That marketing campaign it lasted roughly 3 months, I think, before a new book came out that was $3.99. Like they didn't even make it 6 months, and they made a huge deal out of this freaking event. And they giant posters of all the Justice Leaguers, big bold words, drawing the line at $2.99, and then the next thing you know, bam, it's like, nope, we're back to $3.99. And most comics from Marvel and DC right now currently are $3.99 an issue every month. It's like Chris said, if I was getting more than one monthly DC comic, I would think about this because I digitally buy Nightwing for $3.99 a month on Comixology, but it's the only DC comic I get, so I don't feel the need to pay DC more money, especially since, I mean, I get my Marvel comics in physical because I get an extra copy of them digitally, and DC still doesn't do that. They still are like, they don't give a damn about the digital or direct market, really, from what I can tell. If any company's going to go under with comics, it's going to be DC.
Well, especially with their current person that heads up the company.
Yeah.
I do need to issue not necessarily course correction, but some additional clarity that I found on a different article right here is that this new tier launches Monday. So tomorrow, as we record this on the 10th, the introductory price is $99 a year. This price only lasts until November 28th, and then the price changes, but DC has not said what that price change will be after November. So this is similar to the Disney Plus deal. When they announced Disney Plus coming out, if you bought 3 years in advance, you get it at a certain price. I think they're doing a similar thing here, which is sign up now in this introductory window. We'll give you a cheaper price. Then my guess, this is a guess, $120 a year is my guess.
Probably.
And something like that.
Yeah, $10 a month.
$10 a month. And then it'll be slightly more expensive for monthly.
Yeah. If you're reading 3 issues of DC Comics monthly, you'll be saving money if you just go pure digital at that point. And depending what else it has access to, I mean, if it's truly giving you access to like the full Vertigo and Black Label back catalog, like if you can, sit down and read all the Sandman issues for free on that app, that's not bad.
For comparison right now, the Marvel Unlimited app gets comics 3 months after release. The current DC plan on their existing tier is getting them 6 months after release. So
yeah, doing 1 month out in a business where you have to order things 2 months ahead of time, like that's a real quick turnaround for a comic. Because that basically means if you just skip one issue, then you can just start reading on your app, and you're just always going to be 1 month behind, but you'll be basically current with your reading after 1 month of waiting. Like that's kind of crazy.
As someone who I don't collect near the level I did before, I like digital comics because I don't have to find somewhere to store them. This becomes an interesting value proposition for me.
Yeah. Then the only downside is, okay, they, something happens, the Amazon server farm goes down, Comixology gets wiped, and then you no longer can access your comics.
Oh, yeah, it's a problem.
But I still have my physical Marvel ones. I will lose all my DC ones.
Yeah,
that's
always the problem.
You own it, but yeah, you own a digital license to access it. You don't own shit. But yeah, it's always a problem with the digital media thing.
It'll be interesting.
I mean, it's a little crazy that they're doing it that fast. I mean, just 1 month is a quick turnaround. I mean, yeah, if anything, I think the worst thing is it's going to hurt the comic book shops again, which is not cool.
I didn't even realize Marvel was 3 months. I still think that's too soon.
No, yeah, it's pretty fast. But I also know it's weird because I know that the Marvel Comixology app is not like, I've never switched to that. I've had Comics Unlimited, which is the Comixology version of this, which is funny because on that app, when you pay a monthly fee, you get access to independent comics, Image Comics, DC Comics, and Marvel Comics. Why the fuck would I pay a fee to only access Marvel or only access DC when the Comixology monthly app gives you access to all of them?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently right now reading the She-Hulk Omnibus on Comixology for free with not for free, but like it's part of the library. And so it's one of the books I have access to. And I didn't have to buy the Marvel Unlimited app. I didn't have to pay for a copy of the She-Hulk Omnibus digitally. It's part of the Comics Unlimited library. It seems strange to me that DC has their own subscription service and Marvel has their own subscription service, where I think Comixology is still only $5.99 a month. So it's cheaper than both of the options from those companies, and you have access to all the same shit.
I don't know if you get the new releases as soon through it. That would be what's in. Yeah. So the back catalog stuff, I think, is compelling.
It's the back catalog. Yeah, you don't get the new releases as soon, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. It just seems so strange. I guess if you really, really only wanted to read Marvel and you wanted to read them, new comics as soon as possible, then the Marvel Unlimited app or the DC app. But yeah, I don't know. I've only ever paid for the Comixology one, and it's like there's so much back catalog in there that I'll probably never get through. Like I constantly have 50 books on loan from Comixology in my library on my iPad, and then as I read one, I have to return it before I grab the next one, because you're only allowed to have 50 books held in your library at any given time, and it's constantly full. I see something new comes out, it's like, oh, you got to take a book back before you can put another one in there, because there's so much on that app to read. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you really only want to read one company.
Some people are all about just their one specific thing they like. Tribalism runs rampant and everything.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm a Marvel zombie, but
tattoos.
Yes, the trend seems to have passed a lot. But
God, you got tribe. Oh my God, what tribe do you belong to? The
tribe of the dragon tribal tattoo that I drew myself. That tribe.
Fair enough. That's fair. That's fair.
It does still have a tribal underneath it.
I think the Dick Holus tribe is fucking hilarious.
The Dick Holus tribe?
Yeah. Wait, it's like, but saying Dick Holus is like saying hole less, so it has no hole. You're a dick with no hole. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, God.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
But that's my news. DC's got a new tier to their streaming service that I think is not great for brick and mortar stores. But I guess it's probably good for DC's bottom line. Which is all.
I mean, they had to try something after they canceled the DC Universe app, which was awesome.
And they canceled all sorts of cartoons and stuff too on HBO Max now too. It's a whole new world of shit.
Yep. It's just going to be Naked and Afraid. That's all HBO Max is eventually going to be. Just Naked and Afraid
Really can't
episodes.
wait to be on that show.
Because he's always wearing a sweater.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind being on there. Listen, it's nothing to write home about. But I mean, I'm not ashamed of it.
It's blurred out anyways, Willie.
Hey, you know what? If I was on the show, I'd circumvent that by I just tuck it in every time. Just walk with the tuck in. Hey, what we doing here? Let me show around. You don't got to blur out nothing. I'm tucking, baby.
Pretty sure they'd still blur it out even if you tucked it.
That ain't a merkin. It's all natural, baby.
They wouldn't want to see your tuck. Ugh.
Bachman, what do you got for news? Please, anything but talking about Willie tucking.
All right. There was a bunch of articles about it. It popped up the other day. I'm going to go with the Nick Romano article from the Entertainment Weekly. The Midnight Club sets Guinness World Record. And it's awesome because I love the way this guy wrote it. This is the very first sentence is, Mike Flanagan hates jump scares. And then his quote is, I think they're the worst. The horror maven behind The Haunting of Hill House, Dr. Sleep, and Midnight Mass said during an intimate press event at Netflix headquarters in New York at the start of New York Comic Con. That's why it's extremely important to him that his name is linked to a particular Guinness World Record he and his creatives just broke. So on Thursday, Netflix premiered the first episode of Flanagan's new series, The Midnight Club, at the Javits Center in Manhattan, the night before the series debuts on the streaming platform, and doing so set a new Guinness World Record for the most scripted jump scares in a single episode of television, which is now 21 total. So there are 21 jump scares in this one episode of The Midnight Club, and that's the most jump scares in a scripted episode of television ever.
I'm not trying to downplay your news story, but who the fuck fuck cares about jump scares in a
No,
fucking
it's
TV
hilarious
show?
'cause
How
did
many
you-
there are? Who
Did you watch The Haunting of Hill House?
No, I think I watched the first episode and I was like, this is boring to me, and I'm good on that.
Is it? I think it's like 5 or 6 episodes in, but it's like way deep in the show. 2 of the sisters are driving back to the house, and a jump scare happens. That's maybe the most terrifying jump scare that I've seen, maybe in the last 10 years, maybe 20. Like it's
Maybe
good.
Maybe I didn't see that show. There was like a couple of them on Netflix that were called like The Haunting House or something like that.
Yeah, because
right?
it was The Haunting.
So I'm
the
not
Haunting
sure
of
which
Hill
one I
House,
see.
The
They
Haunting
make
of
it
Bly
hard to
Manor.
follow.
Yeah, there was a bunch of those. But yeah, they literally did a shot with Katie Siegel, who is Mike Flanagan's wife, is one of the sisters, and in that scene,
Isn't that Peggy from Married with Children?
no, it's Katie Seagal versus Katie Siegel. Like their names
Okay.
are very close.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was
I was
like, wait,
almost there.
Peggy? Yeah, I was like, Peggy?
Yeah,
What?
Leela
Yeah.
from fucking Futurama.
No, almost the same name. But no, she's one of the sisters in the Haunting of Hill House, and she was one of the main characters in Midnight Mass. But in the scene, basically a character comes up behind 2 characters while they're driving a car and like jump scares them from the back seat. And as it was scripted, there was supposed to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like they hit 6 beats of dialogue, and then that's when the character jumps up and scares the piss out of the actresses. That was what it was set up to be. Mike Flanagan, to get a natural reaction from the actresses, told the person doing the jump scare to jump on beat 2. So as the actresses were doing back and forth with their dialogue, thinking they were going to go back and forth 6 times, after the second back and forth, bam, this person jumped up and scared the shit out of both of them. So what you see in the show is their natural reaction to just getting jolted, like, oh shit, that was not supposed to happen. When it happened, it was like on Die Hard when they let Hans Gruber go early, and you see his actual reaction, because like they'd lie about the timing. You get a good reaction from the actor sometimes.
So I also have a question.
Yeah.
So are these actual jump scares or are these false jump scares? Like, it was just someone just walking in a room like, oh God, you spooked me, man. Like, what are
Actual
you
jump
doing
scares. And so yeah,
like an actual something coming out and actually attacking them or
Yes.
something.
And it's a very
Okay.
unique story, because if you haven't seen it yet, I think me and Jan are 5 or 6 episodes in. We're about halfway done with Midnight Club. It's a fantastic show. It's an amazing premise, and as a storytelling device, it's genius.
Is it tied to Midnight Mass? Because Midnight
No,
in both of them? I had
It's
to ask.
not. And
I had
also,
to ask.
Mike,
Midnight. I mean, come on.
Mike Flanagan talked about that on, I think it was the Stephen King podcast. He was prepping the Midnight Mass show and starting like casting for the Midnight Club. And he would get emails into his inbox, RE Midnight Project. And he had to respond to people saying, which one? I have 2 different shows that he was working on at the same time that had Midnight in the title. Yeah. It's his own
Maybe
fault.
don't entitle them the same thing,
Totally
and then
his own
people won't
fault.
confuse them then.
Yeah. But he's like, I will
Jesus, it's
never
your
do that
fault,
again.
not yours,
Because yeah,
you know.
he made life for himself really hard for like 4 years.
Jesus.
But this show it's a hospice for children dying of cancer. So your whole setup is already just, like that's harsh. It's like teenagers that are terminally ill. They go to this place knowing that they're going to die. And then on top of that, they decide to get together and basically tell ghost stories to each other to kind of like, get your mind off of what's going on. Like these kids are, they're hopped up on all these crazy drugs. Their bodies are, deteriorating. They're going through all of this massively heavy shit. And like, they just want a distraction. So they do what is called the Midnight Club, where they get together at midnight in the library and they tell ghost stories to each other.
So it's just, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Kind of, in a way. But as a storytelling device, it's great also because they're not limited. Like, the kids can tell any type of story they want. The kids can tell a scary story. The kids can tell a sci-fi story. They can tell a fantasy story. But when they start telling the story, then that takes over the live action of the show. It's an amazingly well done concept, and Mike Flanagan kills at it because he's Mike Flanagan. In this episode, it's basically like a grunge or Ring level, like spooky Japanese girl like appearing on screen to make the character jump. And in the sequence, basically this kid's walking down the street and he sees a girl in a house, and like it freaks him out. And then like as he turns and looks down the street, like she's down the street, and then she's in his face, and then like he falls down the ground and starts backpedaling when he turns, and everywhere he turns, this face is there like screaming at it. And so it's literally jump scare to jump scare to jump scare to jump scare to just over and over and over and over and over. It's hilarious, at the same time really well done. And like the teenagers in the show, as they're telling the story, talk shit about it. It's like it's just a jump scare like menagerie. Like this is ridiculous.
It sounds
And, like,
exhausting.
it is, and it sounds like it was probably exhausting to film.
Yeah,
But
true.
it's all funny because Mike Flanagan talks about like he doesn't like jump scares. He wants to actually scare people, and jump scares are like the cheapest, easiest way to do it. He doesn't like it, and so it kind of reminds me of the Stephen King thing. It's like I would like to terrify. If I can't terrify, I'll horrify, and if I can't horrify, I'll just gross you out. It's like you want to aim for that highest level of horror, but if you have to, I'll just hit you with the gross stuff. Whatever it takes, to get a reaction from the audience. And so Mike Flanagan, who famously is not a huge fan of jump scares, but did in The Haunting of Hill House, one of the best jump scares in at least the last 10 years, has now set the Guinness Book of World Record for the most jump scares in an episode of scripted television. And it's in a great episode of television. And I have to tell you, if you haven't seen The Midnight Club, it is well worth watching. Like, they have Heather Langenkamp from the Nightmare on Elm Street was Nancy, is the doctor on the show that's taking care of all these kids. She's acting her ass off.
Doctor in the third movie?
She was someone that had like a PhD in like
I played a doctor at least twice now. I think I'm qualified.
But yeah,
now let me get in that heart surgery.
She's awesome in it. I just watched last night. We finished the episode with Raul Cooley, which he's the character in one of the stories they're telling.
In there too?
And he's fantastic because he's always fantastic. Like that guy is such a great actor. But yeah, it's a super fun show. Yeah, see, it's adaptation of this is actually a Christopher Pike teen novel, the same name, that incorporates spooky tales from the author's other books. So this is like the Christopher Pike feel. And someone was talking about like it's the very much like the it's like a 90s version of The Breakfast Club mixed in with like the Christopher Pike scary stories that tell in the dark aspect, like all rolled into one. And like there's nods to like John Hughes in it. There's nods to hundreds of horror movies in it. Like you can see like all of Mike Flanagan's love for the stories that he watched and read growing up are just infused into the show in such a good way that like it's just a guy that's making a horror series and just saying, hey, here's all the stuff that I loved growing up. I hope you like a little bit of it too. And it's done really well. The kids that are acting in it, they all look like they're their late teens, early 20s. They're all phenomenal while having to play like kind of like, sickly and dealing with all this crazy stuff, but then turning around and like they get to play characters inside the stories they're telling as well. And so you get really different acting chops from these same actors. Cause like you have a kid that's sitting there, looking sickly, dying of cancer. And then he tells a story about a serial killer. And in the story he's playing the serial killer. And then like he's this crazy, vibrant high school kid that's just running around being manic. And so it's really cool that these kids get to do different turns of playing different characters while being in the same show. It's a really just great storytelling concept. And Mike Flanagan kills it. And I've seen Raul Cooley. I haven't seen Katie Siegel yet. I know she's going to be in the show because his wife's in all of his projects. But yeah, it's a really good show. I can't wait to finish it. And like this is one like once I'm done watching, I will rewatch this one again. This show is fantastic.
So Midnight Mass, go see it.
Midnight Club. Yeah,
I know I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, he totally screwed up calling two shows Midnight something at the same time. But yeah, it's an amazing cast, really well shot, and super fun to watch. But yeah, Midnight.
Just curious, did you finish Midnight Mass?
Yeah, I did.
I thought they leaned a little too heavy on the religious stuff. Like they were
it's literally called Midnight Mass.
It could have been called any damn thing, man. No, but there's only three religions in that world. You're either Christian, Muslim, or atheist. There's no other religions in that show.
Well, two of those are religions, and one is a opinion.
Oh, they count it as a religion. They count atheism as a religion in that show.
Yeah, but no, I like Midnight Mass. It was really good. It was really entertaining. It was a little slow, but it was a cool concept. This I would say is 10 times more entertaining. So yeah, Midnight Club it's just a lot more fun, which sounds weird when you're talking about a show that's about children dying of cancer that are all terminally ill. But like the backstory that they've dropped in by the time you're 3 episodes in is amazing with what has happened in this house. And it weirdly looks, I'm not positive, but it might be the same set as the Lock and Key house because it looks exactly like the Lock and Key house with just new set dressing on it, which is kind of weird.
Huh.
Which it just makes, I guess, you know, if you're Netflix and you own that house, like, you know, you'd want to reuse it a couple times in some different shows.
I mean, if you're not shooting anything, you mind if I stay there, Netflix?
It's a nice looking house, though. But yeah, super
Nice
fun
house.
show. And yeah,
Only
congratulations,
Mario
Mike
can stay
Flanagan.
there.
Only Mario.
Hey, good thing I'm here, baby.
You're welcome, people. You're
This
welcome.
is my new castle. Bowser can suck a fat one, baby.
He's gonna end everything saying "baby."
Hey, stuff it.
Baby!
Hey. My voice is copyrighted. You capiche?
You forgot the baby at the end.
Fuck you.
You get
You keep at me like that, I'll send a toad over to your house. And trust me, they get fucking weird. You don't want that.
But I know what a poison mushroom looks like.
Oh, you're going to see the mushroom head, all right. It ain't going to be the one you want to see.
we were doing so
Gross.
well.
Gross. Why?
Because you called down the thunder and you got it. What are you angry
I
about?
didn't call down the thunder.
Called down a
Did.
poop joke. That's what he called down.
I didn't do that
No, he
either.
didn't.
Anything
None of
to
that was a
offend
poop
Willie.
joke. What the fuck are you talking about?
Saying we need more poop jokes.
Your face is a poop joke.
Rude.
Yeah, it looks like you just shoved some up your nose. That's what the face you got right now.
That's mean. Why are you being so mean, Willie? Who hurt you emotionally?
I'm sorry. I'm filtering in my inner Mario, and it kind of leaks out to my real personality, my actual personality, the deal with every day.
Oh shit! I just found the
And
line too.
it's-
In the show.
It's getting mixed up in the world, and I don't know how to stop, man. I'm a little worried it's gonna take over.
I'm sorry, Willie. I don't know
Seen
what to
it.
tell you.
In the show, when Natsuki's the one telling the story that has all the jump scares in it, the character Spencer says, "Don't be lazy. Anyone can bang pots and pans behind someone's head. That's not scary. It's just startling, and it's lazy as fuck." So even the character inside the Mike Flanagan show references the fact that doing a bunch of jump scares is just fucking lazy.
Which brings the question that does anyone care about Guinness World Records anymore?
Guinness.
I mean, yeah, Guinness definitely does.
Well, obviously they do, but does anyone else?
maybe
Like,
There's
who still
people-
buys these books?
libraries.
I know libraries. Is that it?
Probably. I don't know if anybody buys the books anymore, but there's people still out there setting records.
They probably
Who had the
maintain them.
previous jump scare record
It's probably on a website
from
too.
Guinness?
Oh, let's see.
Dot, 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 dot.
Well, on that note, thank you for
Couple of
chiming in, Mr. Mario. We appreciate it. And Willie, thank you for letting Mr. Mario share your microphone today. We appreciate that too.
Are you kidding me? I took it from this bitch.
I, for one, can't wait until the day, and I'm bringing down the thunder right now with this one. I can't wait until Mario meets Reverend Willie one day.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but he better not have a problem. If he has a problem, I got a star in my back pocket. Oh, I'm waiting on the bitch to try me. I'm waiting on him.
You heard it here first, folks. He's waiting on him. He's waiting on him. While he's waiting on him, though, we are going to start wrapping things up. How we do that each week is a little segment called What I'm Into. It's how we share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky or nerdy things we get into, because you may want to go check them out yourselves. I will kick things off. I've been getting into a few different things. I tried a few games this week, and I'm getting old because I didn't really care for 2 of the 3 that I played. Now, the one I did care for, finally got into playing Multiverses. I've been having some fun with that. I haven't unlocked anyone but Shaggy yet, and the free character to try out is Superman right now, and I'm not much for tank characters, so I haven't played much of it.
Wait. Hold on. What do you mean the free character? There's multiple every week, unless they changed it.
There's only one right now that shows up.
What? That
Yeah.
doesn't sound right at all.
Maybe
Like,
I don't know what I'm doing, which is also possible.
That's definitely a guarantee.
I mean, it's
probably.
possible. So I've been having fun with that. It's been a bunch of fun. And I like getting to play in a world where all of a sudden Rick and Morty show up and you've got Wonder Woman and Superman and stuff doing things. It's pretty fun. Now, hitting Game Pass this week was a game I'd been casually interested in, but never enough to drop the $60 for. It's called Chivalry 2. Are any of you guys familiar with it?
I know of it, never played it.
So it's an online game, and basically we're all used to shooters and stuff like that. This is a medieval online, not shooter, but sword combat, pike combat, archery combat, stuff like that. If I had the time to better learn the right ways to do the 4 different kinds of counters and 5 different kinds of attacks and stuff like that, it would be really fun. It's in depth. There's like a variety of different attacks, and if you get good with the counter system, you can probably be good. But it was just exhausting to me trying to be like, oh, okay, he's doing an overhand, it looks like, so I need to make sure I step to the right and hit this button to block it perfectly, to parry, and then attack again. I just got exhausted trying to play the game. It was okay, I guess. It's just not my cup of tea.
You know what that sounds like?
What's that?
For Honor.
Similar, yeah.
Mhm.
And it sounds similar to it, the way you describe it.
Mm. I gave
I
it a
didn't
try.
particularly care for
I
For
probably
Honor.
would not have tried it otherwise, but since it was on Game Pass, I tried it out. I don't think I'll go back to it just because it wasn't fun to me getting my ass handed to me all the time. And then the other thing I did try after I had seen some of the media hubbub about it and the blogosphere and stuff like that is yesterday I finally got around to trying Overwatch 2. And we'd seen a bunch of issues they had where they got DDoSed and stuff like that. People were talking about 30-minute waits to get into games. So I fired it up and I was like, okay, I want to give this a try. And I haven't played Overwatch in forever. So Overwatch 2, of course, was going to be all new to me. And as soon as I fired it up, the shortest amount of matchmaking was 7 minutes. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to wait 7 minutes to play a game. I went, okay, I guess you can start the matchmaking and you can go play like training and stuff like that to get a better idea of how buttons work. So I did that. And in the middle of my training session, it popped up that I was ready to go into game, pulled me into game. And I don't know how it does its matchmaking, but whatever it did for matchmaking, the first few games I played was absolutely terrible because I just got smoked the entire time. I'm not a terrible video game player, but holy crap. Like everyone that was in there has been playing the hell out of this game, it seemed like.
When's the last time you played Overwatch?
Oh, I mean, it's been a while. It's been at least a
Well,
year.
yeah, same here, but I mean, that explains that, dude. I wouldn't feel bad about that.
I don't know. This was another one of those things of like, I didn't even have a chance. I need to go and try more of this training stuff to learn all of the capabilities of these players. Because the game setting that I was in was every time you died, you respawned as a different character. So as soon as I'd start to get one figured out,
Mystery Heroes.
yeah, I would die, and then because that was the shortest matchmaking was Mystery Heroes. I would die, and then I would respawn as someone else. I'm like, oh, I don't like this play style at all. So I played a few rounds of that, and I went, I'll come back and play it, but the matchmaking time was just nuts. I don't think I like it enough to be like, oh, I'm willing to wait 15 minutes potentially, because some games were up to 15 minutes to get into matchmaking to play this game. There's just other stuff I'd rather play. I don't think it's bad. I just
Yeah.
don't know that it's necessarily for me while everyone is like, oh, I'm going to try this out since it's the new free-to-play game.
Chris, do you mind a little foreshadowing?
Oh, please.
I also, when I get to what I'm into, have some Overwatch 2 fun story.
Oh, then I'm very intrigued then, because I know you were far more into Overwatch than I was, so you may have a different perspective. You did have the Overwatch Wrestling League even, Willie.
I mean, I still have it. The
Yeah.
owl is a thing because Overwatch is one fucking word. You can't make an acronym where you put the initials of one word to 2 letters. It doesn't fucking make sense. And I swear to God, if anyone brings up DNA, I'll fucking smack the shit out of you.
Hey, Willie, how about DNA?
Go fuck yourself.
All right, so those are the 3 games I got into that were new. I played a little bit more Cult of the Lamb, and there was some other stuff I was getting ready to play, but I got distracted this morning because I saw that they were doing their GameStop Pro Day sales. I'm not anti-GameStop like a lot of other folks. I do have a pro membership there because you get a $5 certificate per month, which makes it a lot easier and cheaper to buy my wife Pokemon cards that she loves. Because I'll just go in there at least once a month, burn that $5 gift certificate, and buy some other stuff, and it sort of pays for itself when it's all said and done. So they were doing a Pro Day sale today, so they had some stuff marked down and on sale for decent prices. And a game I'd really wanted to play and was waiting until it was on sale was Far Cry 6. So for PlayStation 4 and 5, there are 2 separate releases. Then there's a combined Xbox release that plays on Xbox One and the Xbox Series devices. So for $25, I picked up Far Cry 6 with the DLC Season Pass with some free content and a Steelbook case. I don't give 2 shits about a Steelbook case, but for $25, it was the game plus all the DLC, which I considered a pretty good deal. I look forward to playing it. I really enjoyed Far Cry 5 until I got to the ending of it when I played it. I think the ending of Far Cry 5 is poop, but we won't get into it.
What?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Chris. You're wrong.
You're welcome to like
You
the
are
ending.
wrong. You're just wrong. I've seen both. You're just wrong.
Okay, that's fair. Whatever. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. So I got Far Cry 6. That will arrive. I used the free shipping, so somewhere between 1 to 3 days, so I'll probably get it by the end of next week. And then there was another game on sale that I really wasn't going to buy until I started reading some of the reviews, and it was the new Tales game, which is called Tales of Arise. I love Tales of Symphonia. It's one of my favorite games. I've played it a ton on the GameCube. I've played it on PC. Willie, you're giving me a look.
Did you play any of the other Tales games?
Yes, I have
other
played
than
them. They're not as good as
Because that's the
Symphonia.
only one you bring up every
They're
time.
not as good as Symphonia.
Okay, just making sure you played other ones.
I've played Tales of Vesperia. I've played Tales of I can't remember.
get
what
it.
the
I
B one
get
is.
it. I just had to ask.
So I picked up Tales of Arise because it was on sale for $20, and when I started reading some of the reviews, it was, hey, this is my favorite one since Tales of Symphonia. And a lot of reviewers were saying, I know it's blasphemy. I might like this more than Tales of Symphonia. And I went, ooh. To me, that is an appealing thing because Tales of Symphonia is one of my favorite GameCube games. It's one of my favorite games I've picked up and played on PC from a nostalgia perspective, and just I liked the game. So I was excited to hear that. So I ordered that. That should arrive sometime this week. The nice thing is the way they've got things set up on the Xbox now, I just went onto the Xbox app and I already pre-installed things because these are physical games. So as soon as the game comes in, I can just slide the disc in, it will authenticate and start playing off of what I've downloaded already. So I won't have to download these games or install them to my hard drive when they arrive. They'll already be pre-installed. It just uses the disc to authenticate. So I'm quite happy
Hey,
about that.
Mr. Darkman, I have a little question for that.
Yeah, the light did just come down a bunch.
Yeah, so when you get the physical game, you can have it start downloading to your system on the way home?
The way the Xbox works is I can go on the Xbox app and I can say download this game, whether I own it or not, and it will install. And so basically it'll then use the disc to do the authentication, say, yes, he owns a copy of this game. And it won't have to do any of the install you would normally do when you bought a game, come back from Walmart, put it in your disk drive, it spins up, installs 15 gigs and installs another 30 gigs of updates. That's already done ahead of time by installing.
That's a pretty nice fucking feature. I can't deny that. That's a nice feature.
Anytime there's a game I'm going to get and I'm just waiting for the physical copy to come back, I'll pre-install it that way on my Xbox. That way I don't have to wait. I did it with Cyberpunk, for instance. Stuff like that. So I have that coming. That should be here soon. I'm trying to think of other stuff I'm getting into. That's it for the most part. I'm pretty boring. Willie, why don't you go next? Because it sounds like stuff you've been getting into kind of ties into what I've been getting into.
Let me bore you a little bit more here. So I talked about Overwatch 2. I deleted Overwatch. And then they, some friends were like, why don't you download it, play with us, we can play together. And I was like, fine. How do I download it? Just download Overwatch 1 and you just switches over to that. I was like, all right, I'll re-download it. Does anyone want to guess what my my name on Overwatch was?
Willie Nelson.
Nope.
South Porky.
It was Blizz Sucks.
Blizz Sucks?
They made me change the name this time.
What a shock.
They wouldn't let me kept it, so I took out a Z and it's still Blizz Sucks. I was like, fuck you, I'll still say it. Fuck you. Maybe don't have a fucking company where you have a bunch of sexual molesters running rampant. How about that? And I won't say you suck. You ever think about that? Fucking McCree. God damn, you had to change the fucking... That's so fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing, bud. But yeah, so I started it up, made me change my name, and then I promptly closed it out when I saw, oh, you have to wait for so long. and then I haven't opened it up since. I was like, oh, thousands of people are ahead of me. Oh, fuck out of here then.
So,
I don't, you think I'm gonna wait for your shitty ass game filled with fucking sexual molesters? Go fuck yourself.
My understanding is like there's a bunch of people that are a bit shitty about the fact that Overwatch 1's basically shut down. You can't go back and play the old version of the game because Overwatch 2 is out. And there were a bunch of people that were DDoSing and screwing with the game so that people couldn't log in this week. So they were doing a bunch of stuff to mitigate the fact that there were ongoing distributed denial of service attacks going on, things like that, which led to extended matchmaking on top of just a large influx of people like yourself and I who went, okay, maybe I'll go check this out. And there's probably a lot of people that turned it on and went, the fuck is this? I'm not waiting 20 minutes to play this game. I got other stuff I can play. That's probably the case too.
Now, this isn't, I mean, they still haven't released Overwatch 2, technically, because Overwatch 2 is the PvE. This is still the PvP. This is still Overwatch.
This is, I think, how they spun it.
1.5.
At least when I did the install on my Xbox, it was a trial of Overwatch 2 is what it was considered.
I mean, it is called Overwatch 2, but my point is, the Overwatch 2 part, which is the PvE part, isn't released.
Correct.
So, this isn't Overwatch 2. So, I don't know. I don't fucking understand why they're calling it. You're idiots, Blizzard. I don't fucking care. You're Blizzard. You're fucking idiots. I hate Blizzard so fucking much. You got a phone, don't you? Shove that phone up your fucking ass, you pieces of shit. Fucking, here's your finger. Here's the pulse. Here's your finger up your goddamn ass.
Thank you, Kevin Smith.
Far from the pulse.
Technically, it's Jason Lee, but sure.
He wrote the script.
I know, but he didn't say the goddamn line, now did he?
He wrote the fucking script.
I know he wrote the goddamn script. But anyway.
He's so mad.
He is.
But this also raises a good point for you as well.
What's that?
Now, when I bought Overwatch 1, I bought it because I wanted to play Overwatch 1. So
Yes.
what happens when they fundamentally change a fucking game completely from what I bought it for?
Well, nothing. Because
How does
there's
that work
probably
then?
something in the fine print when you purchase it, when you sign the
Did they have an
end-user
idea
license
of that
agreement.
back when I bought it, though?
No, but I'm sure there's something worded in there in the licensing agreement that they can do whatever the F they want.
Yeah, I know that's how it works. Yeah. Once again, they can suck a fat dick. Fuck you, Blizzard. I'm glad. Wait. Yeah, Microsoft bought them, right?
Is in the process of buying them. The purchase.
Yeah,
has
you
not
can
gone
fucking
through.
have them. You can have the fucking molesters. You can fucking keep them. I don't want them. Blizzard, Activision, they can get the fuck out of here. Other than that,
Other than that,
like I said, like I mentioned earlier with the PlayStation Stars program, I did buy a game Wednesday because I wanted something to hit that itch of Super Mario Strikers, and it was only $15 on the PlayStation Store. So I was like, sure, I'll get it. It was, I don't know how to pronounce it. Captain Tsubasa, I want to say it's how it's pronounced. It's an
I have
anime.
no idea.
It's an anime soccer game, or football, if you will. But yeah, it is based on an anime. I'm pretty sure. I never watched it. I don't know. But it had that, gave me that that scratch the itch of Mario Strikers, where I don't have to pay $60 fucking still for pre-owned.
And that game is supposedly not very good either.
It looked pretty good though.
Nah, most people are saying it wasn't very good on the Switch, so that's why I kind of am going, man. I mean, granted, it's a
the Wii
Nintendo
was
game; they never
fucking
go on
awesome.
sale. But
One on the Wii was fucking fire. Redo that. Just fucking remaster that shit. I don't care about new. I want to play that one where it actually was good. The online was kind of wonky, but I mean, it's still there. It was the Wii. Who the fuck cared about online back then? For the
That's fair.
Wii. Although you could play Call of Duty on the Wii online.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, who actually message me at South Porky on Twitter if you ever did that and tell me your experience. I really want to know, how was the online for Call of Duty back on the Wii when you're having to move the Wii mode to move the to rotate left and right.
Yeah, probably not.
That's
great.
fucking weird.
yeah, somebody did it though.
But Captain Tsubasa, it's a fun anime game. The tutorial took a long ass fucking time. It took me 2 nights because I was pretty much passing out halfway through it. But I mean that was only about like 20 minutes of it, so I was already tired anyway. Trying to force myself, and I was like, this ain't happening. So I just played it the next night. It's fun. It's very anime. I'm not sure if I understand how to dribble around people. I'm trying to still understand that, but it is still fun. The kicking, when you like does like the super special kicking moves are fun. You have to charge it up and then does like some cool anime like a tiger kick, all of a sudden the tiger in flames come roar. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I hit that Super Mario Strikers that itch I had. I don't want to pay fucking Nintendo because Nintendo games never really go down in price. I'm sorry, first party Nintendo games don't really go down in price. I had to specify. No, that was hold on, there was something. Oh, I did want to mention this. I wrote this out to you guys, not to you guys, but I just wrote so I remember later on. I had a shower thought while someone was talking earlier, and yeah, Glass, the movie Glass, was a better version of the Wanted comic book than Wanted the movie was.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, I've explained the problem with Wanted the movie too.
I mean, I still like the movie. The movie's good. It's just not a good. It's not good being based on that comic. Still a good movie by itself.
It has very little to do with that comic that it was based on.
And I hate it because it is stopping us from getting a better version of it, an actual Wanted to the actual story. Yeah, that was a fun shower thought. I was like, yeah, wait, Glass does a better version of that. Because, yeah, they actually they had a history. Like, yeah, they made you forget about it and stuff like that. It's kind of nice. I like it. It's a little fun thought. Played some games. Been playing Among Us people. I was watching a friend of mine. She's going through Yakuza 0, and I'm kind of watching her do it. She just got to the Cabaret Club minigame, and that's my favorite part of it. The music. I wanna be a girl. Fucking love the song and everything. So good. In fact, I even put it on my main playlist on Spotify because why not? It's on there. I'm surprised it was on there. Put it on it. Did I do anything? Yeah, it's been boring here too, man. I'm trying to remember if I was watching anything other than The Bear. Still highly recommend The Bear so goddamn much.
It's on Hulu.
Good.
I need to watch it.
Oh, it's so fucking. Oh my god, it is good. It's a breath of fresh fucking air from other stuff you've been watching. It's a breath of fresh air. Because it is very serious. It takes its story very seriously, and it puts stakes on it, literally and figuratively, because it's cook. It's about a restaurant. Get it, stakes.
I see what you're saying. I don't like puns and wordplay. So.
I see what you did there.
Sorry, you're a bitch. Next.
Wow, that was a bit harsh.
Hey, anyone who hates puns is no friend of mine.
That was mean, Willie. You hurt my feelings. I'm allowed.
I mean, by saying you hate puns, that's how you think I feel.
I'm allowed to not like things. It's my free right as an
And I'm allowed to not like people who don't like things.
I thought we were friends, Willie. I'm sorry.
So did I. But you laughed at puns of mine before, but I guess you were just faking. You were faking through the whole relationship, I guess.
We have a relationship?
Yep.
Can I be the little
I thought
spoon?
we did. I thought you thought we did too. Hence the fourth. You said I thought we were friends.
Willie, who's the big
what do
spoon?
you think
Who's
a relationship
the little spoon?
is? Say what?
Who's the big spoon?
You're
and
both
who's
a
the
couple
little
of
spoon?
forks.
Oh, we swap, baby.
Okay, it works.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to. Sometimes I want a backpack. Sometimes I want to be the backpack.
A fanny pack or a
every now and then.
backpack? It's whatever you want.
Yeah, I had an ex of mine. She was a little tiny girl. She always said, "I want a backpack." She would like to be the big spoon. She's, "I'll be your backpack or your jetpack, like rocket pack thing." I was like, "All right, sure."
I like it.
So
Well,
next,
sounds like you've been getting into a lot.
I said
Thank you.
next.
I said thank you for sharing
I
it
know.
with us as we transition to Mr. Anthony Bachman.
Well, for those watching the video, you might be able to see the last of my Geeky Tikis has arrived. Mikey was the last arrival. So I've now got Ghostface, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface all done as Geeky Tikis from Entertainment Earth. And now that they've arrived, I have to actually move some stuff around this office. I sold some books to half-price books because I got to make room on one of these shelves for all 5 of those damn Geeky Tiki
What are
Tiki tumblers.
They're glasses?
Yeah.
My God.
They're like actual, tiki tumblers, and they're awesome looking. But yeah, fittingly, I ordered like 5 of them roughly 7-8 months ago when I sold my condo. But I got the last one to arrive was Michael Myers, and of course arrived this month, which is perfectly fitting because it's spooky season. It's October. You know, Mikey's apparently about to die in like was 7 or 8 days on Peacock, and Halloween ends. But yeah, so I'm getting my getting the room reorganized, still working on putting some stuff away, and then went through a bunch of stuff. I was trying to think of like all the crap we've been watching. Like in the last week, we watched the first half of Midnight Club. Me and Jana are both loving that show. It's fantastically well made. I watched Nope. Jordan Peele is a genius. I'm actually really happy I bought that movie on Amazon using some of my digital credits. I was like, well, I loved Get Out. It's one of my favorite movies of a long time. I thought Us was okay. It was good. Just, wasn't a rocket ship to the stars. Wasn't, it was like, well, okay, this one's not going to win an Oscar for screenwriting. Like, it was just a cool idea, but just, kind of, it was okay. Freaking Nope takes a concept and turns it in a way that I can't believe no one's ever. It's one of those things. It's like once it happened, it's like, oh wow, okay, that's where you're going with this. Holy shit, it takes a different type of brain to think of what Jordan Peele thought of to make Nope as a movie work.
I appreciate the no spoilers.
Concept.
I really appreciate
no spoilers on it. But yeah, it's one of those things where one of the best things about it is horror movies. It's always been a thing. It's like you're scared of the dark. You're scared of the thing under the bed. You're scared of, the thing in the shadows you can't see. Like the whole thing about Jaws works because you can't see the monster. And Jordan Peele found a way to make you scared as shit at high noon in the middle of the day. And I just love how he did it. If you haven't seen Nope, go see it. If it's on all the digital platforms now. I'm actually a little mad now that I didn't catch it in the theater. This would have been an amazing film to see in like the Dolby Atmos surround sound, because the sound design in this one is really good as well. Yeah, just killer concept. It's also it's one of those ones like if you have trouble with like it's hard to explain without giving anything away, but it's just awesome. Everybody should see Nope. See what we started watching. We watched like the first half of the Hellraiser, but it was a little late the other night, so we haven't finished it yet. Pretty cool changes the way they made the Cenobites look in the cube. Just haven't actually finished it, but like it's not bad. Seems pretty cool so far. I watched A Werewolf by Night, which was fucking awesome. And I've said possibly the most comic booky of all comic booky things in the MCU. It feels straight up like a Marvel team-up comic from the 70s done as a 1-hour episode of television. It's weird because, it's not a series, but it's not a movie. So it's one of those strange in-between things. It's not a short film because it's like 58 minutes or something. So it's like one really good long episode of television. The acting in it's great. The special effects are really cool. Some of the characters you meet are really well done. The fact that they did Man-Thing is just I can't believe they did Man-Thing on television. It's so cool. Yeah, that one was super fun. It's a really good watch, and it's like a perfect thing for like just adding to the MCU's mythos while building up the characters in that universe, as well as giving you something at Halloween time that perfectly fits for the spooky season. I mean, it's Werewolf by Night. It's literally, character that turns into a werewolf. Like it's perfect for Halloween. And I love that I saw apparently on Avengers Campus in Disney's California Adventure, the night that it premiered, a character showed up on top of the Avengers mansion where the Quinjet is in full werewolf outfit. So they already had a Werewolf by Night ready to go at Avengers Campus. So they instantly plug that character into the characters that are wandering around in DCA, which is so cool. Let's see, we got my tikis. Did you guys see the mustard and ketchup episode of She-Hulk?
Not yet.
I've seen nothing of She-Hulk yet.
Yeah, the newest episode of She-Hulk is utterly fantastic. It is 100% perfectly in character for all the characters involved. If you don't think that, you've never read any of the actual She-Hulk Daredevil comics with frickin' Leapfrog in it. The show nails these characters so perfectly. The action is fantastic. The red and the red and yellow suit on Daredevil is utterly sweet. They did a really cool design of it. The fact that they actually made Leapfrog, Ribbit, and Rip It as this crazy idiot with rocket boots, and they gave him like battle armor, like funky ass frog themed battle armor, and it works perfectly in the show. And then yeah, there's just the sequences between Tatiana Maslany and Charlie Cox are amazing. You can take away everything else about the show and just those two characters interacting. It's so good. It's so entertaining. They're so talented, and they're both so damn charismatic that it just works. And they both nail their characters so well. Yeah, I mean, even if you haven't seen any of the rest of She-Hulk, you could jump right into this episode and just understand exactly what's happening, because it's basically a procedural law episode, and then the characters interact as superheroes. Big shocker. Like, it's a superhero show. Of course it is.
Right.
Yeah, they nailed that one. It's super fun. And then, yeah, also got caught up on, I watched another episode of Andor, and it's weirdly, it's strange to say, but it is like the most adult Star Wars thing, while being really well done. Yeah, it's not adult in like, it's not boring. It's not extra violent, but it very much feels like, I don't know. It's kind of like when Kevin Smith joked about like the first time they did Batman '89, when Tim Burton did Batman. The biggest representation they had of Batman at that time was Batman '66, which was cartoony, which was big and blustery. It was very colorful. And then when '89 came out, everybody's like, oh, they're taking Batman serious. And I don't know, it kind of gives me that feeling. It's almost as if a writer's taking the Star Wars galaxy serious, the rise of this huge power of the Empire, and how that would really hurt people in certain ways. And then dealing with that as like serious political issues, intrigue, what a rebellion would actually deal with, like guerrilla warfare tactics, stuff. And going through all of that and taking it very serious. And so, I mean, I really like it, but it's probably the least fantastical Star Wars. And so if you like your Star Wars with a lot of fantasy and fun, I mean, you know, the pod racing scene is really big and blustery and dumb, but it's fun and it's like kid friendly.
Right.
Andor's probably the least kid friendly Star Wars, but in a really good way. The acting in it is solid. And it's almost like someone said, hey, can we do the political intrigue from the first 3 prequels, but actually make it interesting? It's like that was the writer's task, and they actually did it.
I've heard
because it is, yeah.
I was gonna say I've heard they lean really hard into the political intrigue of things and like the double dealing spy nature of things. I haven't watched any of it yet because I want to get caught up with She-Hulk first before I start it. I've only watched the first 3 episodes there. I need to get caught up, and once I'm done with She-Hulk, then I want to go and start Andor. And I think I'd also read they dropped the first 3 episodes when it came out. Is when you start it, do the first 3 episodes, because it doesn't really hook you until the 3rd episode.
If you watch just the first 2, I think 50 to 70% of their audience would have fallen off if they didn't release the 3rd episode with it. The 3rd episode, well, because it's a whole lot of build up and it's character building in a world, you know, it's a world we know. I mean, everything in it feels Star Wars. None of it doesn't feel Star Wars. But you have to really get to that 3rd episode to like get the first really big action sequence. And so it's a whole lot of talking heads.
Sure.
Like the first 2 episodes feel like it could have been Kevin Smith. Like it's a whole lot of talking characters. It's a whole lot of world building, and it's a whole lot of not much action is happening. It's just this character goes and talks to this character. This character goes and talks to this character. And so, yeah, like I see why they dropped the first 3, but yeah, now having finished the 4th and I need to watch the 5th still, like it's so good. It's really, really damn good. And it's like the most non-fantastical, most adult Star Wars, but I'm really enjoying it. And so, yeah, it's really damn good. And then, yeah, sadly, like we're caught up on Game of Thrones again, because, yeah, the damn Dragon show just keeps being crazy and interesting. And I think I'm like 3 episodes behind on Rings of Power, and I just, like I have no rush to go back to that show at any point. So I'll probably watch it at some point, maybe when the season's done. But I don't know. That show just seemed so slow paced, where the House of the Dragon one has kept me interested. And like they've done some crazy shit in the new episode. Holy shit. Not like seeing children like trying to fight to the death. Like there's some crazy shit going on in that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
The
so
face
that's what
that Willie
those
just
memes
did
were
was the
meaning.
exact face.
I
Yeah,
get it.
kids going nuts. But yeah, that show's just been damn interesting. But yeah, I want to go finish Hellraiser. And then the only other thing we've been getting into is there was the employee sale happened at Spirit Halloween, and the my fiance's daughter works at Spirit as a manager, so I was able to grab us some loot that I got brought home last night. So I got me a nice little where are we at? Got me a little placard for the Holly Ho candy bar from Trick or Treat, the one that Sam keeps his knife in for cutting motherfuckers. You know, when you're a crazy ass bus driver that deserves to die, this is where you get, it's the sweet with a sharp aftertaste, the Holly Ho bar. And then to go with it, my fiance got me Sam's lovely lunchbox, poison, drowning, claw, or knife. So many ways to take a life. The Trick or Treat, perfectly in the season. I love me some Sam. Trick or Treat's awesome. And then the one item that I requested, I had to get me a new coffee cup. Not that I need more. Not that I ever need more coffee cups, but I can't pass up having an actual Camp Crystal Lake.
That's
Welcome
cool.
to Camp Crystal Lake coffee cup. And then on the back, it's got Friday the 13th in big ass bold letters. But yeah, it's got like the painting of, from the sign. So yeah, really well done. Though sadly, apparently, I read the bottom. Yeah, can't go in the microwave and can't go in the dishwasher. So I'm guessing the paint on it's not great. But Spirit Halloween doesn't exactly have usually the most high quality items. But that's why most of they're fun and some of them are fairly cheap.
Right.
So yeah, got me a new badass coffee cup. So thank you to Fashion, who brought home just a pile of stuff from work last night. So it was awesome. That's what I've been getting into.
Well, very nice. I also forgot to mention I redid my backdrop a little bit, so the on-air light actually shows up now.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Sometimes.
put up, I put Invincible and Eve up there, moving stuff around through the office. So yeah, trying to figure out how to put up some more action figures on my walls too.
Oh, I've
And
got
the
way too
Atari
many
hat.
up. I like
Willie
your
put a
hat.
hat.
Yeah, I redid a lot of the action figures on my wall because of the AEW stuff I'd acquired, and yeah, it's been good times. Although I will say it was pretty cool. I went figure hunting and I struck out for the most part. The most recent time I did it until I got to Target and found for 50% off the Mighty Thor Marvel Legend, which I was pretty stoked to get Jane Foster Thor from Love and Thunder.
Nice. Does it come with like the crumpled Mjolnir?
Yeah, it comes with the damaged Mjolnir at least. It's
Damaged
got like
Mjolnir.
the lines and stuff on it. And it's got two heads. It's got one with the helm on and one that's just her head, which was kind of
Nice.
cool. I'm not gonna take it out of the box, but I have it hanging up on the wall next to like my Spider-Woman, Captain Marvel, Black Cat, Scarlet Witch, kind of going with the theme of the Ladies of Power.
Nice.
Although for some reason Agent Venom's there, which I need to move him. But
Because Flash likes the lady.
well, it was more because the boxes were the same size, so
Mm.
they fit up there nicely. But I don't even know if I really want the Agent Venom thing long term. It was a Walgreens exclusive, and I actually saw it at Walgreens when I was in there a few years back. So I may just find someone who wants it, not to make money, but a collector who wants it because they like the character, and make sure they get it. I'm not into doing this for flipping for money. If I was, they have all sorts. The last two times I've been to Walmart, they had the Walmart exclusive Hangman Page figure that I could turn around and flip for $40 right now. I already know, but I got my one and called it a day because that's how I operate. I get one for myself, and if I have a friend that's looking for it, I may pick up two so that I can get it to a friend.
Nice.
People that go out there and scalp and just buy things up is ridiculous. There's a figure, and I promise we'll wrap up after this because I know people are like, you guys are going really long. But there's
That's what she said.
the folks that do the AEW figures,
Shit.
Jazzwares, has signed some deals to do exclusive figures in different places. So Walmart had
Okay.
like an exclusive CM Punk, an exclusive Hangman Page, both of which I've gotten now just because I got lucky. But Target has an exclusive Sammy Guevara, and the packaging is red, and an exclusive Darby Allin. Well, the Sammy Guevara just dropped like Sunday was the day it came out. And I was like, oh, I missed the pre-order window. And when I woke up, I couldn't sleep. I got up at like 5:30 that morning, and I was like, oh, sweet. My local Target has it. I'm going to place an order for pickup. They had 6 in stock. And then somehow magically within 30 minutes of the store opening, they had none left and told me I had to go elsewhere to pick it up. I'm like, somebody came in as a scalper and just bought up all 6 of them. I'm like, that's
Bought 'em
bullshit.
all. Yep.
So I hate the scalpers. Like, I collect because I like things, but I will never get to the point where I'm going to buy to flip things. It's one thing if you buy things, make them part of your collection, and a few years down the road, you're like, I don't really want this anymore. I don't think there's a problem there if you decide to sell something from your collection, but if you buy something just for the direct purpose of selling to a collector,
But buying for this direct person just trying to make money off it, not that you collect anything.
right? Like I
As
can
someone
understand.
as someone who likes the Steelbooks from Best Buy and wanted the new Spider-Man movie on the Steelbook because it looked cool, and went to my local Best Buy the morning it was released, and they had over 200 Blu-rays on Steelbook, and none of them made it to the shelf.
Right?
None of that. Like, someone bought all of them, and they were on eBay that day for over $85. I was like, are you fucking kidding? It's a brand new... I'm not paying that. Yeah,
So,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, I've gotten lucky that I actually found a Chase figure on the shelf for the AEW line that I found months ago by accident. I got the Chase Dr. Britt Baker, which was awesome because I wanted to pair it next to the Dr. Britt Baker poster or print on the wall I have from after the St. Patrick's Day match. So it works out really well. But yeah, I don't know. I got lucky. I've gotten lucky in some hunts and stuff lately. I've been looking forward to it, but I just wanted to kind of put in my 2 cents on scalpers and how they're a pain in my ass.
And they all suck.
Willie, you look like you're in deep thought.
No, you looked up, and I was wondering what was up there.
Oh, I was looking because where I'm sitting right now, this angle is where I can see that poster and a couple of the figures I was talking about.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Oh, I got you.
that one.
That one. That poster.
Yeah.
It's been a problem, guys. It's been a problem. I still have some that I'm waiting on getting, some that I'm hunting for. But I had forgotten how much I missed figure hunting, but I need to be careful that I don't expand much beyond the stuff I do. Because there's some really cool stuff there. I was like, oh, I would love to have that. But like, I have nowhere to put that, and I don't want to start collecting something else. Like some of the NECA toys that they make, like they have a Back to the Future line of toys that NECA is doing. They're gorgeous. I'm like, I just don't need them. I just want them.
I thought you were saying naked.
NECA, N-E-C-A.
I know what you said. It was a joke.
That's fair. And there were some cool Star Wars toys that are out there too, but I don't need to start collecting a bunch of Star Wars toys. I have some cool ones that I like and some left over from my childhood that I had gotten and left in the box because I thought they looked cool. So there's just neat stuff like that. But on that note, I've been talking way too much. We're going to start wrapping things up. And a friendly reminder as we wrap things up that we do stream this show live every Sunday, 11 a.m., 10 a.m. Central over at www.geeks.live. If you are there right now, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's a calendar of all of our upcoming live events. I will say that the official GonnaGeek.com show is back, but we are on a reduced schedule where we're only going to be going once or twice a month. So it'll be a less often show, but we are back after our hiatus. So you can stay tuned for that. There's a bunch of shows that have joined the network. Go on over to GonnaGeek.com. Check out all the other shows on the network and tell them that we sent you. Before we shut this thing down, Willie, Bachman, you guys got any final thoughts you want to share with the people?
Hey, yeah, I'd like to help you out, but I got a princess in here that needs pipes cleaned out from an Italian plumber. You know what I mean? Quiet in that closet. I'll be there in a minute.
Oh, boy. We're going to get canceled, aren't we?
I can only hope.
No, we made it to 500. Anything after that's gravy, right?
Oh, when Bowser kidnaps her every other goddamn week because she keeps seeing a letter saying, come here. She never fucking figures it out. That's okay. But when Mario gets a piece, oh, let's cancel him. All right. All right, fuck out of here. You're no better than a Goomba.
On that note, I guess we're going to shut things down. Thank you so much, Mario, for joining us today. We appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you all next week for our next installment of the show. Bye, guys, and see you then.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Awful Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at GonnaGeek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@GonnaGeek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at Incompetech.com.